What's going on, y'all? It's your guy Tez, the one half of the 100 podcast. And y'all kind of got a new setup. So let me hear how or let me know how everything sound. Um See if I can get some music going. What I'm looking for. I can roll with it. So y'all, if you can, let me know if you can hear me. Turn it down a little bit. All right. See who we got in here right now. Shout out to the Phuket Hybrid. Make sure y'all hit that like button. We need all the support we can get. And I'm going to get a little bit deeper into that. Who else we got? Lady Novoa, how you doing? Glad to have you back over here. You caught us live this time. We appreciate it. Charles, what it do, bro? A true supporter. I'm going to mention that later. The world class in the building. What's going on, bro? I've really been enjoying your content too. I know you've seen me pop up in your chat every now and then. Keep doing your thing, bro. Like I said, man, I'm always learning. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. All right. So look, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm not expecting a whole lot of people. And I got some news on why. Number one, so for you all that don't know, we have been demonetized for a while. Me and CJ really hadn't just made a big fuss about it because it's kind of like we ain't looking for sympathy. And I'm not saying that people that explain that they done been demonetized are looking for sympathy. It's just like with us, it's kind of like we knew it. You know what I'm saying? We knew it eventually was going to happen. Like, we got demonetized July 19th. You know what I'm saying? We in August now. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like, me and CJ didn't really make a big deal about getting demonetized. But we are. So, one of the things that I want to make sure that I do is, if you want to support the 100 podcast, that's going to be the way that you're able to do it. PayPal, Cash App, the ticker is down there at the bottom. And this ain't going to be a doom and gloom episode. I got some rich stuff I really want to talk about. But I definitely want to get this out the way first because, you know, it might be you've seen changes to the channel. You know, you can't super chat, you know. And I get deeper into some of the other things that we can't do. Found this out yesterday. So it ain't just the demonetization. We have also been limited on YouTube. So I'm going to share my screen with y'all right quick. I'm going to show y'all this message that we got from YouTube. All right, here we go. So as you can see, YouTube sent us this message. Hi, the 100 podcast. Matter of fact, let me blow that up bigger for y'all. Let me move out. I'm gonna move myself out the way. Want y'all to be able to see this. This what we got. Hi, the 100 podcast. To keep our community safe, we have limited some of our more powerful features to channels who have built and maintained a positive channel history or who have provided verification. As of now, your channel does not have sufficient channel history and has lost access to advanced features. This may have happened because your channel did not follow our community guidelines. How this impacts your channel? Hold on, y'all, right quick. So hold on. But how this impacts your channel? You won't be able to do things like get higher daily limits for live stream shorts and video uploads. embedded live streams, pinned comments, or add external links to descriptions. So I ain't gonna read the rest of it, but I just wanted to kind of let y'all know what's going on with the channel. Now, I want to make y'all aware, like, as far as the 5100 podcast, we haven't received one copyright strike, not one. And like I said, man, YouTube a private entity. I know they can do whatever they want to do, but it's kind of like, I thought YouTube was a place where, like, if you was speaking a message, whether people liked it or not, it wasn't no issue. You know, we ain't do nothing racist. We ain't do nothing, you know, transphobic or nothing like that. We just spoke our beliefs on a lot of stuff. And the fact that we did seem to have upset some people. So y'all, hold on, let me check Facebook. I'm checking. I want to see if we up on Facebook right quick, y'all. Sorry about that. Five 100. Yeah, we should be good. Okay. Dusto, what's going on, bro? Glad to see you here. Like I said, y'all, I'm just getting into what's been going on with the 5100 YouTube channel. Like I said, we done been demonetized and we done been limited. And we've been demonetized for a minute. Like I said earlier, bro, this something me and CJ kind of been like, bro, we only got so long before it happened. And like I said, it wasn't a warning or nothing. It was just, you demonetized. And it's cool, you know what I'm saying? Me and CJ really don't do this for money. And I know you hear a lot of people say that, but we really don't. Did we want to make money from YouTube? Do we want to make YouTube money? For sure. You never cut off a stream of revenue. But at the same time, it's kind of like, we ain't even fighting hard about getting monetized again, because we pretty much know it's gonna happen again. We doing our due diligence as a business, but at the same time, bro, we not crying. We ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't go hide under the covers and start crying when we got demonetized. Even when I read the limited email, it was like, hey, it is what it is. I mean, we can still be on YouTube. We ain't just been deplatformed, but it's the fact that now we limited. Now our message is limited. And like I said, I can probably count on one hand how many big violations that I would assume. And the last we got a video blocked because we played music during it. But when you demonetize, you can damn near do whatever you want to on your channel. I know people that got channels right now that done played music videos, that done played copyrighted music and all type of stuff, movies and everything. And they don't get took down, they don't get flagged. So it is what it is. I'm not even saying that it's unfair. I ain't even saying that it ain't right. But at the end of the day, bro, we gonna keep doing what we doing, regardless of if YouTube with it or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, me and CJ done talked about starting the Rumble, which I don't like Rumble. I'm gonna be straight up with y'all. Rumble is a weird place. But if that's what we gotta do, to keep giving y'all content, we gonna do that. It's one of them things that, bro, we don't. When you not being led by money, bro, you willing to go wherever the message is willing to go. And we willing to take this thing as far as we want, as far as we can. Because we know the thing that we say is men that speak vicariously through us. I know that for a fact. CJ know that as a fact. So, now, hold on, I'm gonna read some of these comments. Later in the void, damn, this keeps happening. That happened to Boss Man Sir Hell too. Shaking my head. Now Fresh and Fit other channels. I saw it. Facts. Ricky Williams. They don't want help. They help require a bag. Facts. And that's something else that I wanted to do while I was on here. I wanted to shout out to people that really support us. That was giving super chats, that was members of our member page when we had that up. Guys like Ricky Webster, Ricky Williams. We had who else we had? Sir Hale was a member. The First Lady was a member. Lady Novoa always cash apping. Like, bro, we done had my boy Reggie. You know, we done had so many supporters. Especially when we had our 100th anniversary stream. That was one of the things that showed me and CJ that, bro, y'all really mess with us. We had a whole lot of people in the chat that day. It was just a big celebration. And that was something that really made both of us feel good and showed us that we can make money on YouTube. But it still ain't about the money. It's still about the message with us. So I'm saying all that to say this. I don't know where the 5100 YouTube channel going as far as financially, but we ain't never gonna stop pushing the content. We ain't never gonna stop pushing the message. We still got big stuff playing. We still buying equipment. Like, we still making everything better for y'all as a YouTube channel and as a podcast. So once again, if you want to support the 5100 podcast, the ticker at the bottom, the Cash App down there, PayPal, we appreciate it. Or you can do what my boy Reggie did. That's why I say I definitely wanted to shout him out. He supported us in another way. If y'all don't know, we got a merch store, which that's gone from YouTube as well. Can't even pull that up. But if you want to support us in another way, the merch store is up. And my boy Reggie, man, he went on a tour to support us. He saying, you know, as far as the YouTube channel, it was rough. He was like, bro, I love what y'all do. Y'all done helped me out a lot. So I'm going to show you how I appreciate you. I'm going to pull this picture right quick, y'all. It's going to be quick. Mandrea, what's going on, bro? Appreciate you. Thank you for being here. So I'm going to pull this picture right quick from my boy Reggie. Let me get my screen straight. So Reggie sent me this picture. And man, he was like, look, bro, I just want to show y'all I support y'all. I want to show y'all how much I support y'all. That man bought all this merch of the 5100 podcast. And like, I don't know if y'all really understand like how much that mean to me and CJ. I told him, I'm like, damn, bro, you got more merch than I got. But it's the support. And he always been a day one supporter. So really, bro, I just wanted to shout you out for what you did, because we gonna have to get support from other ways instead of YouTube now. And that's cool. So once again, Reggie, we appreciate you. All right, y'all. So look, enough of that. I'm gonna go ahead and get into some of my main topics that I want to talk about. Let me see. Number one, the big news is the demonetization of Fresh and Fit. Now, this done made a lot of headlines. There's been a whole lot of people doing reviews and replies and reactions and stuff like that. And I'm not going to do a reaction per se, but I am going to react to some of the reactions that I done seen. And I'm going to give y'all my opinion on it as well. So I'm pretty sure everybody that's watching this now know who Fresh and Fit is. You done heard of Fresh and Fit. You done watched their content. You done disliked their content. But if you don't know who Fresh and Fit is, they are a podcast out of Miami, Florida. Extremely controversial. You know, they do speak some truth in what they say, but they be wilding on their channel too. So YouTube then completely demonetized them. Every channel. They had a Fresh and Fit regular channel. They had a Fresh and Fit Clips. Myron, who is fit, his channel has been demonetized. Walter, who was fresh, his channel has been demonetized. They can't make a dime off YouTube. Shit's like the 5100 podcast. That's one thing we got in common. But when they did they live about them reacting to being demonetized, I kind of understood how they felt to have something taken away from you that you like, that you enjoy, and you was making money. Now, once again, if y'all heard me and CJ talk about Fresh and Fit, we ain't their biggest fans at all. At all. I want to make that clear. But at the same time, I do know what it feels like to build something and have it taken away from you. Not just on YouTube, in real life. Charles said, the new Black Panther part of the South. Hey, like bro, that's kind of where it's heading. And I watch these brothers talk about what they build and helping men and stuff like that. And like I said, bro, I don't know these guys' true intent. I don't know them. Only thing I can know is what I seen. I seen them get emotional. I seen them get sad. It could have been an act. It could have been real, bro. I don't know. What I do know is no matter how much people didn't like them or had beefs with them, losing something that you built from the ground up, it hurt. It don't matter who you is. These guys had millions of subscribers. Me and CJ 1,500. And it still hit us hard when we got demonetized. And we weren't making bukus of money like them guys. So I know how it felt. Or I could imagine how it felt to them. And they got employees. Am I saying that they out here broke and poor? No, I don't think that. But the fact that they lost something that they built, that they was making good money from, I do sympathize with them. And if Myron and Walt is telling the truth about how they want to help men and now this gonna hurt them from doing that, I sympathize with them, because that's what our message is. We want to help men, we want to help young brothers, we want to help women too. But when YouTube tell you, like they told us, hey, we not pushing your content out here no more, you limited on how far you can go up the ladder with YouTube, it's like, what can you do? You just keep it moving and try to get your message across another way. Another way that we getting our message across, if you all don't know. Let me pull this thing. The audio version of the podcast. You can go stream us everywhere you listen to podcasts. I try to explain this to people more and more. The YouTube content and the audio content, two different types of, not they the same types of content, but they two different brands of content. There's some stuff you'll hear on the audio version you won't hear on the video version. That's just how it is. That's just how we do it. So you can also support us by going and listening and downloading the podcast, the 5100 podcast they all rolling at the bottom. Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, wherever you listen to podcasts. So back to the Fresh and Fit. So y'all can still look up some of the reaction videos to these brothers now. And I'm seeing majority of mocking, majority of laughing at these guys. And I get it. But I was watching DL Saint. DL Saint is a guy that I respect a lot. And he's friends with Fresh and Fit in real life, not just on YouTube. And I listened to him talk about how he done heard testimonies about these guys saving young men's lives and mailing them off bullets that these young men was gonna delete themselves with. And the testimonials that they got, and DL Saint looking at it like, bro, it don't matter who we are. If free speech is supposed to be free speech, we can't just rip it away from people. And I agree with him. I do agree that if free speech is supposed to be free speech, it shouldn't be a penalty for free speech. Now, one thing that he did say that I definitely agree with, Them guys do a lot of stuff that he don't agree with, I don't agree with, and a lot of other people don't agree with, including YouTube, apparently. These brothers sparked a whole lot of controversy. Got another comment. It's all politics now, bro. When they see you making a movement of black people, that will happen. Same thing with Fred Hampton. Facts. So, anyway, Fresh and Fit, these guys went on Rumble. Well, Myron specifically went on Rumble. And this man acted a fool. They got beef with Abba and Preach, 2 other content creators. And they went on, Myron went on there making monkey noises and racist jokes and the N-word with the hard ER. He was wild. He even put on a Klansman hoodie on Rumble. The way that he talked to some of the women on the show, you know, he done had so many incidents with people pulling up with guns and firearms, and it's like, bro, that's a bad look for YouTube. Way worse than anything me and CJ done did, but yet we still in the same boat. And I've seen guys like Playback pretty much laughed at these guys for losing their channel. And Fresh and Fit did do some coward stuff. Fresh and Fit tried to copyright strike content creators that had a negative image of them, or a negative connotation on them, or people that said things that Fresh and Fit didn't like. They tried to abuse the copyright system. So a lot of these guys got gripes. Guys like Playback, O'Shea Duke Jackson, who else? The lead attorney, Duke and Dunn. All these guys got hit. So I get it. I understand it's some dislike there. It's some vitriol there. I get it. The thing that I have a problem with is that could be any of them people that I listed off. Any of them. And it ain't no way around it. And when I see that, I still am concerned about what's going on in these YouTube streets. Appreciate that, bro. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat too. Like I say, I want to make sure that, you know, I want to make sure, you know, I go on these tirades sometimes, y'all, so I don't be looking at the chat. But I understand where people coming from, where they are upset with Fresh and Fit and they want them gone. I get it. I ain't gonna lie to you, y'all. I wasn't the biggest fan of them guys. I do watch them and laugh sometimes. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna be a hypocrite and be like, oh, I never watched these guys. I was one of the guys that tuned in from time to time or watched the clip and I laugh. But I wasn't over there supporting. I wasn't over there like, oh man, these guys are incredible. That wasn't me. But for the guys that was, hey, do your thing. But as far as just being able to pull a podcast because you don't like them, I disagree with it. And these guys don't even know why they got, you know, demonetized. And they are almost pretty sure it's gonna be deplatformed where you can't even watch the 5100 podcast. I mean, where you can't even watch Fresh and Fit on YouTube. It's possible. And it's possible for every content creator that we watch. Your Sir Hell Speaks, your Black Man Unfiltered, your DL Saints, your Scam Likelies, your World Classes. All of us could be next. Because at the end of the day, we don't own these things to keep it going. We independent contractors. And at any time they can say, hey, your contract up, bro. We don't need you no more. And that's just what it is. That's why me and CJ got stuff going on outside of YouTube. Because we knew YouTube might not be the spot forever. And look, if we keep getting limited the way that we are, it ain't nothing that we can do. We give y'all what we can do and we move on. But my opinion on the Fresh and Fit thing, on them being canceled. Let me see. Let's see. Let's see. The Pookie Hybrid said, well, maybe you can look at it like they still have a platform, but YouTube doesn't want to do business with them. So freedom of speech is still intact. I can agree with that, CJ, because I think they just not part of the ad partner program. So it's like, hey, y'all can be on the platform. Y'all just ain't gonna get no money from us. And I get that. That go back to what's more important, the message of the money. World Class say, y'all know I'm up next. More than likely, bro. More than likely, World Class. But I said, bro, I think you speak more knowledge than just crazy content, bro. But you never know. At any time, it could be like, man, y'all up out of here. As far as my opinion go, I'm not happy that these brothers got demonetized. They're going to have to find another way to pay all their employees. And I don't believe Fresh and Fit hurting for money out here. But I think they staff going to be hurting for money. I don't think none of them guys will reach. They may have been doing well, but they wouldn't reach. So at the end of the day, I understand why some people clown on them, especially the people that they tried to copyright strike. I get it. All fair in love and war. But for me, I kind of was just looking at this from a distance. I'm like, damn, it's messed up that they losing money on YouTube. It's messed up that they ain't going to be able to monetize on YouTube no more. But at the end of the day, that's YouTube decision. Ain't nothing the 5100 podcast can do. Ain't nothing Fresh and Fit can do. So at the end of the day, we got to realize we independent contractors that any job they can say, hey, you fired. That's just what it is. So whatever them brothers got to do, whether it's Rumble, whether it's take pay cuts, they'll figure it out. Just like the 5100 podcast gonna figure it out. So I'm gonna kill the music here because this part gonna be a little bit more serious. You know what I'm saying? This gonna be a little bit more personal. Put that back up. So for y'all that don't know, and that's most of y'all, because I kind of been keeping this to myself. I done been through some health issues, as well as I have lost a couple of people that were close to me at one time. And as far as the health stuff go, for a lot of people, this might not be a big thing, but for me, it was a big thing. I found out that I had high blood pressure. And, you know, I ain't think nothing of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going by my business. But my blood pressure got so high, it was like 180 over 101. So I rushed myself to the emergency room, got checked out, and now I'm on blood pressure medication. And I kind of just want to tell y'all one of the lessons or a few of the lessons that I learned with this diagnosis and dealing with it and working with it every day. Number one is, if you treat your body like a trash compactor, you can't complain when it reacts like one. And for over 30 years, I didn't care about what I was eating. I didn't care about what I was putting in my body. And it started to show. You know, I was almost 200 pounds when I found that I had high blood pressure. Y'all, I'm not a big dude at all. The heaviest I ever been in my life was 187. So when I seen that 197, I was like, oh, snap. What in the world going on? Like, oh, look, this ain't gonna work for you, boy. But it was a wake-up call because it was like, bro, you haven't been doing nothing that you supposed to do. I say, y'all, I'm not a lazy guy, but most of the time I'm standing in place at my job or I'm sitting down. So it's like I'm not being active. And I needed to be active. I needed to eat different and change my diet. So one of the things that I do, and y'all know this, I'm a Christian. I pray and I try my best to follow the tenets of the Bible. And in my prayer, what was revealed to me was it's a test, bro. It's only a test. It's just something that you got to go through. And like I say, I know everybody don't believe what I believe, and that's cool. Like I still mess with you, whether you believe in Buddha, Muhammad. I don't care who you believe in. If you're a good person, I'm with you. So anyway, I want to give a shout out to somebody right quick. And this brother didn't have to do this. And I hope he's still here. I reached out to Mandrea, and bro, I had a real open moment with him. And I told him, like, bro, I need help. I don't know how to eat. I don't know what to do as far as working out. Cause I've never had to really change what I was doing as far as that stuff. So, bro, I need your help. Can you help me? And he was like, yeah, no problem. And he showed me, or he sent me things that I would need to kind of change my diet into things that I could do to work out. And I'm starting from the ground floor, bro. I'm not no weightlifter. I ain't no guy that's out here running 10 miles a day, none of that. So it's like all this brand new to me. I didn't work out before, but I always take such a long time off that any of that workout and did and been erased. So let me get to these chats. So Charles said, me and you was on some real stuff the other day. That's true. Me and Reggie chopped it up about this. He gave me a lot of good advice. Because, bro, I didn't know what to do. Like, for some people, that don't mean nothing. Oh, high blood pressure, bro. That's just a regular thing. No, it's not. It wasn't for me anyway. Because I never thought it would happen to me. And y'all, I'm going to tell you, you got to start listening to your doctors. You got to start listening to your physicians, because I had 2 doctors beforehand tell me that I need to change my diet, tell me that I need to start working out. I was like, I'm good, bro. I'm 27, chick magnet, doing my thing. I can eat whatever I want. I'm good. I don't got to work out. I'm straight. Then, like World Class said right here, that daddy weight creep up on you. Facts. And before you know it, you in the ER like I would. A second thing that I learned from this, at any time, your life can be altered permanently. So you need to make sure that you're doing everything in your power to keep up a healthy and active lifestyle. You want to enjoy every moment. And I know that's a cliche thing to say, because honestly, I believe it's impossible. You try to enjoy every moment. Because, bro, I never thought that I'd be on blood pressure medicine at 35. Never in a million years thought that. But one thing that I can say is that when I reached out to people for help, for knowledge, they was there. And it wasn't because they felt sorry for me. It's because they wanted to see me win. It's because as a brother, they respected me and they were like, bro, I want you to be here as long as you can for them boys. So I got help. And I was man enough to drop my pride, drop my ego, and say, hey, bro, I need help. I don't know what to do with this situation. I'm afraid if I mess this up. And that's hard for a lot of men to say, me included. So I get it. But you got to start appreciating the things that you got going on. And if your health is one of them things that you don't appreciate, please do. And like I say, I know Lady Navoa, I know you deal with health issues. And It's different issues, but I know it's a struggle for you every day. For me, bro, it ain't that bad. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. My numbers have been pretty good. You know, I check it once a day. The doctor was like, bro, you doing a good job. You done change the diet. You starting to work out more. You might, once this next round of medicine gone, you might be able to get off the medicine. And I was like, let's go. The third lesson that I learned from this, CJ, I tried a vegan burger yesterday. It was ass. Got to try something different. CJ, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. I done had 2 different kinds, and them just been busting to me. I ain't gonna lie. I might have to show you the kind that me and Zachy get, but bro, them just been all right. I ain't finna sit up here and say they better than no, you know what I'm saying? They ain't better than no Backyard Burger. Did y'all know Backyard Burger went bankrupt? That's a whole nother story. But I was driving by one the other day, and I'm like, damn, the lights ain't even on anymore. But anyway, but yeah, so you really gotta watch your health. And you really need to make sure that you doing everything in your power to change when you are told to change. That was my third point. When you start seeing signs, bro, don't ignore them. I remember me and CJ watched MTR talk about when he found out that he had testicular cancer. And it was like, damn, bro, that's crazy. This is the young dude, drink water all the time. And it's like, where'd that come from? And I never thought, once again, that I'd be in a position where I'm like, dang, where this come from? But I was. But at least for me, I had doctors and people telling me ahead of time, bro, you need to straighten this up. If you don't straighten this up, this gonna happen. And it did. So I can't be mad at nobody but myself. That's why when I put, I'm gonna pull this down right quick. That's why when I put accountability advocate up here, that's why when that's up under my name, it started with me first. And I tell people this all the time, bro. When I'm saying what I'm saying, it go to Tez the 5 first, then it go to y'all. I knew I was eating ribs, nigga. I love ribs, love them. Central Barbecue dry, full rack, that's me all day with no problem, whole rack. But when you actually have to start looking at your labels and you actually have to start looking at the ingredients in your food, which most of us don't do, you be like, damn, there was 1,000 calories in that. Let's see, Puka Harry got, yeah, my sister told me the spot that I went to is imitation. There are much better spots. I believe that for sure. I believe that for sure. Let me see, World Class got the vegan burger is ass, but the actual hey, but World Class, now that I know, we all know that now. Hink, what's good? Hink, appreciate you for being here, bro. We appreciate you for being here. And Hink, man, I'm just kind of talking about me finding out, well, the show been going on for a minute, but me finding out that I had high blood pressure a few weeks ago. And I got a couple of other subjects I'm gonna get to too. But anyway, like I said, bro, I had CJ, are we hooping this week? Yes. Yes. We hooping. So, third point, and then I get into some of the changes that I made. Pay attention to the signs, especially as you Puka Hybrid. I love ribs. Hell yeah. Old man voice from Big Daddy. Facts. Like, bro, I said, man, and then we in Memphis. Memphis is a hotbed for barbecue too. I said, bro, them Central Barbecue full rack, and I always go to the joint on Central. I don't know why. I mean, it's Central Barbecue, but they got 3 locations in Memphis. If y'all ain't from the city, y'all don't know about it. But bruh, they bust straight off the rack. All right, now I'm getting distracted. My point is, pay attention to what you putting in your body. What this high blood pressure thing is showing me is we really take for granted and we ignore a lot of the health issues that we have. Shortness of breath, pain in your chest. As men, bro, we've been taught just keep going, bro. It'll pass. And that's how I live my life for a long time. Non-stop headaches. Oh, it's gonna pass, bro. You'll be all right. Not knowing that there was a sign that your blood pressure was high. And y'all, the doctor told me I've been walking around with this for a while. I ain't talking about no 2-3 weeks. I'm talking about months. And because I was like, it's gonna pass, and not understanding the signs of what's going on, I just kept it moving. One thing I say about God, bro, my mama told me is he always gonna show you the sign before the destruction. And I'm happy that he showed me the sign. So some of the things that I've done and I've been doing since I found out, eating a lot cleaner, number one. Portion control. My boy Reggie told me that. Like, bro, you ain't got to eat everything on the plate. You know what I'm saying? Take about half of it or 75% of it. Put the rest of it in the refrigerator for tomorrow. Number one on the list, water, water, and more water. At least half a gallon to a gallon a day. Gotta be on your water. Gotta make sure you staying hydrated. Stay away from Gatorade. If you can do Powerade, I'm on coconut water now. I don't know how y'all feel about coconut water. That's my magic drink. I always get the pineapple or the mango peach version. It got to be pineapple, organic too. It just depends. Coconut water. Make sure you staying hydrated. Stay away from salt. That's etched in the back of my head. Salt is an electrolyte, so you ain't gonna be able to stay away from it all the way, but you can limit it. The biggest thing, well, the second, working out consistently, pushing yourself, whether it's running, biking. Like I got an exercise bike I be on. I run, I jog. I say I didn't start lifting weights again. Like I said, bro, I'm starting over. I ain't out here looking like Mandrea. I'm not. I don't even want to put that idea in your head. But I'm doing everything that I can to the best of my ability. And that's something else as an accountability advocate I could say. I was not. And I still fall at times. But to the people listening, you might be more determined than I am to get rid of something that you got going on, health-wise, mentally, physically, whatever it is. So if I can tell my story, it might push other people to be better. Let's get to these comments. Let me see. Coconut water tastes like camel drool, but it's the best replacement for Gatorade. Hey, world class. And I wouldn't like, bro, I'm not a fan of coconuts at all. But the benefits from the coconut water are so amazing, bro. Like to me, it's like a magic drink. I always feel better after drinking it. Always. It ain't been one time that I drunk coconut water and I was like, it didn't do nothing. It hit every time. Mandria with the laughing emoji. Hey, bro, I seen you on your Instagram. You a big boy, man. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I wasn't gonna slap you if I met you in the first place. But now that I done seen like what you do in the gym, I wasn't gonna slap you anyway, but I definitely ain't gonna slap you now. You know what I'm saying? Scam likely got, I just finished a 3.76 mile run. Feels like the temperature is 110 outside, no excuses. And Scam, bro, I admit, like, this one of the things that Ted Defy used to do that I had to stop myself from doing. It's too hot. I'll do it later. Man, I'm gonna wait till I feel a little bit better. And that was part of the thing that got me in the predicament that I was in, that I'm in now. Somebody told me something, and to this day, I get what they saying. I just don't fully agree. It's more of a motivation thing. There is no tomorrow. Do everything that you want to do now. I get the premise of it, but at the same time, I can't. That's impossible. But the motivation behind it, I get. If I want to run, go run. Don't wait till 9 o'clock. If you want to be better, don't wait until tomorrow. You can start doing things to improve your life now. You can start eating healthier now. My mama said, as long as you got breath in your body, you can change. And that's one that I had to learn it the hard way. What we got? Charles got coconut water is good, pure water. I agree. World class coconut water is healthy. Facts. I said, look, I ain't sitting up here saying it's the best tasting thing in the world, but it's way healthy. Mandrea got try scheduling your runs for a time of day when it's not so hot. And I usually do, Mandrea. Usually for me, it's in the morning. I get up, I pray, brush my teeth and stuff, change, bam, outside. And I usually run around the neighborhood. I want a bike though. Like I want a bicycle so I can really do my thing. I hate running. But you just gotta find what works for you as far as exercise. And diet. I said, I ain't really just changed a lot, but it's paying more attention to what I'm putting into my vessel. Reading the label. Oh, these chips got 1,000 grams or 1,000 milligrams of sodium. I might not need to eat the whole bag. How about I get about 5 of these and be done? Limitations. Understanding that, bro, you can't do whatever you want to do. You can, but look at the benefits. You're going to be a 200 pound, almost 200 pound podcaster with high blood pressure. That's where I was at. But like I said, I'm proud to say, bro, I done lost almost 15 pounds now. My blood pressure is somewhat under control. And at this point, I'm in a routine of what I'm doing every day. My breakfast, pretty much the same breakfast every morning. Me and my wife switch it up on the dinner and lunch. And I can say this was a learning experience for me. And by me testifying to y'all about it, I hope that it can be a learning experience for y'all. Because I did need to change. I knew I needed to change. I just wasn't pushing myself to do it. So, once again, I want to appreciate everybody that helped me, bro. Mandrea, Reggie, CJ, my wife, Scam likely, even the world class. Because like I said, y'all brothers usually come through. If y'all say y'all gonna reach out to me, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna get an email or I'm gonna get an Instagram. So I appreciate y'all in advance for doing it. Even Hink got some advice for me. Let me see. Bake or grill your chicken or fish and take in more veggies. Facts. And that's where I'm at, Hink. Something else that I done found out, and y'all, like I said, bro, I'm not a cook. I can, but I'm not. When you use different spices, they got alternative versions of them spices, like low sodium versions, Pookies. Hey, bro, you said this was supposed to be exercise. This not gonna be competitive, bro. This exercise purposes. So y'all ignore that comment, man. He just talking, you know what I'm saying? That's a man thing, bro. You know, we not really competing like that. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna go on out there and get a couple of exercises in. But yeah, we gonna be out there though. But he for sure. Right. Some people it all go by what you enjoy. Like I say, some people don't like broccoli. I love broccoli. I can eat it straight up. I ain't got no problem with broccoli. You know, whether it's asparagus, whatever it is, you gotta kind of change and eat cleaner. Like bacon fish. I'm gonna tell y'all how I know I can be disciplined. I was working at my job, well, at one of my many jobs that I had in the past. They know me for eating salmon and fish. Salmon and rice. That's all I eat. If I ate anything outside of salmon and rice, people was looking at me like, bro, you tripping. What's wrong with you? This ain't you. This ain't the Tez we know. So I know it can be done. And to everybody that's watching or that's gonna watch this, it can be done for you. You just gotta hold yourself accountable. Make sure you go into the doctor every 6 months, at least twice a year. If you know you got pain, if you know you hurting, just go to the doctor, bro. Just find out what's going on. I was afraid to find out what was going on with me, because it's like, bro, I don't want to know. But when you live in fear like that, you start to be taken down by it. Let's see, World Class got start with organic seasoning and please cut out the garlic if you can. Soy and dairy ASAP. And that I'm gonna tell you what's so crazy about that World Class. One of my doctors told me that I should start replacing stuff with yogurt. I hate yogurt. Okay. But I hate yogurt. So it's like, bro, that's the only reason I tried yogurt, because they were like, you need to replace it. Oh, something else during this journey. Lady Navoa, look up your blood type and see what's best for you to eat. And eat till you have enough versus eat being the full tip for you, bro. Thank you, Lady Navoa. I appreciate that. That's crazy, bro. I don't know my blood type. Y'all know y'all blood types in the chat? How important is it to know your blood type? Now I could be extremely ignorant. I ain't gonna lie, but hey, this me being honest right here. This is openness that you get at the 5100 podcast. Is it important to know? Now I know it's important for blood transfusion and stuff like that, but like as far as what you eating and stuff, World Class say it's important. Shit, I gotta get on that then. Reckless Ray in the building. What's going on, brother? Appreciate you for being here. I know this man is on point with tips and how to eat and stuff like that. So the World Class say he don't hoop. He only play real sports, not activities. Oh man. Boy, y'all wow. What's up, Ray? All right, y'all. So look, I'm finna go ahead and get into my next subject. I'm gonna kind of keep it more serious. And I told y'all, bro, this be therapy for me, definitely. And not only was I affected health wise in the last couple of weeks, couple of months, I done lost a couple of people. I don't want y'all to judge me by the way I'm gonna get into this story and my reaction to the news that I got. But I'm gonna be completely transparent here. Hold on, later the voice say, get it checked by the doctor. Get it checked by the doctor. Download the app. This may be the reason we get sick, especially with autoimmune disease, because we was eating the wrong foods growing up. Anatomy. Me and my pop talked about that yesterday. How when they was growing up, they ate almost everything and they fine now. Like some of them people living to 80, 90 years old. And one of the things that I counter back is I think a lot of our food, when they was growing up in the 50s, 60s and stuff, they weren't worried about processed food and all that type of stuff. For us, damn near everything we eat got chemicals or preservatives or something in it, to where it's like, man, your body be like, bro, this ain't supposed to be here. I don't know what to do with this. And it all add to that. And I'm a conspiracy theorist too. Y'all know your boy. So I can do some research. I can get down in that rabbit hole, but I ain't gonna do that right now. So anyway, so I got a phone call from my brother. These folks in the chat. Puka have definitely a lack of melanin type answer to World Class. I got some news from my brother about a week or two ago. And he was like, "Hey, bro, did you find out your boy passed away?" I'm like, "Who?" He was like, your boy Nick." I'm like, "For real?" So, first of all, little background. This brother Nick was a white boy, and he was the only friend that I had till I was about in middle school. Me and this brother fought together. He was the first friend that I ever had. He was one of the guys that we kicked it over each other's house. He taught me a lot about life. I taught him a lot about God, whether he decided to go along with it or not. And that was my boy. I would have did anything for him. He would have did anything for me. And as we got older, we started to lose touch. And I found out he had got addicted to drugs. And at first it started off with like, cocaine, the party drug. Then it went from cocaine to crack, and then it went to crack to pills, and it's like, bro, I don't think I can't. We live in two different lifestyles. I can't rock with it. Like, if that's what you want to do, cool, bro. But for me, that ain't for me. I remember he had got married, and he would call me and complain about like marital issues. And me trying to be the brother that I was, and we literally were like brothers. We grew up together, y'all. We was in the country, we was in the mud together. And I would try my best to give him the best brotherly advice that I could. And, you know, sometimes he'll listen, sometimes he wouldn't. And as time went on, a lot of truths about him started to be revealed, not only by him, but by, some of the things that he would do. This was around the time me and my wife had just got our house. I don't even think we had been in here too long. And bro hit me up out of the blue and was like, "Hey," I can't tell y'all my nickname, but they were like, "Hey," he was like, "Hey, Ted, can you give me $20?" Like, $20? Like, now this a guy that was always having money. I said, I ain't bringing race into this, but they got a couple more opportunities than us. And I'm talking about this bro, I done seen him pull out $10,000, $20,000. So when he asked me for $20, I'm like, "Bro, what you need money for?" He was like, "Man, I just need gas, just gassing me up. I already know what's going on." But I wanted to see him. Like I said, that was my boy. I ain't seen him in years at this point. He asked me, could he come to the house? I'm like, hell no. Cause I already know what's going on. You not coming to my crib. I love you like a brother, but I drop you if you come up in here and take some. So it's like, nah, bro, I'll meet you at a gas station somewhere. So I met him at a gas station up the street. And as soon as I see him, I knew he was high. Like, bro, I'm talking about zooted. He was gone. Soon as I looked in his face, I'm like, man, bro, you never gonna change, bro. There's a father of two kids, man. Father of two boys. And I'm like, damn, bro, I hate to see you like this, G. I really do. So, man, I gave him the 20. We talking about stuff. And I think I had Zip bought my car at the time. He looking at the car. Oh, bro, it's hard. It's beautiful. It's an A1 car, man. I can't wait till we get back on the road like we used to. And it was like, okay. I'm going to pause my store and read some of these comments. Ray, gotta hit this gallon easy today. Ray, there's one thing I say about you, bro, and I'm gonna get back to my story. You one of them guys that kind of like no excuses. And for the people that's around me, I ain't gonna let y'all make excuses. I respect guys like you, Ray, because y'all always push people, even when they don't want to be pushed. Now, like I said, I know that done got you into a whole lot of arguments, maybe a whole lot of fights, but a lot of the time, people don't be ready to take the steps that you already taken. And that's something, once again, that's something that Ted the Fight had to admit to himself. CJ been trying to get me to hoop for I don't know how long. And I keep pushing them out. Oh, I ain't ready. I ain't ready. I ain't ready. And it's like, all right, when are you gonna be ready? So it's like, bro, let go. It was the same with running. I said I can do 2 to 3 miles now. For y'all, that might not be nothing. Bro, when my first day after, bro, I did 1.5 miles and I was about to pass out. I was like, man, let me go sit down, bro. 1.5 miles my first day. So for me, in a few weeks, to go from 0.5 mile to almost 3 a day, hey, bro, celebrate the small victories. I'm going to celebrate mine. Not with ribs, though. I'm going to make sure to stay away from the ribs. But I'm going to celebrate mine. You feel me? So like I said, Ray, I respect guys like you, bro. I know you would get on my damn nerves, but I would appreciate it because I be needing it sometimes. I think all brothers need that. So I see you, bro. I appreciate that. Who else we got? Bye. Reckless Ray said, that's why I do not do drugs. I barely take ibuprofen. Facts. And I'm even trying to stay at, I might take a Tylenol every now and then. And like I said, besides my blood pressure medicine. Other than that, nothing. World class. The only drug I take is light-skinned girls. And world class, let me make this clear to everybody that don't get that joke. I completely understand where world class is coming from. And I approve this message. He is right. But you need to back up off of them too, because they crazy. Bro, look, it's just some stuff that we not gonna act like it's true. Light-skinned chicks be some of the craziest women you'll ever meet in your life. They so crazy that they'll tell you they crazy and act like they not crazy. It's like, wait, you said that you were crazy, but you acting regular until you push a button. Then it's like all that crazy come out. All right, so y'all throwing me off my point, world class. You know you can't bring women up in my stream, bro, because I had these stores that just be stored back here, like in the back. Okay, I ain't gonna tell you that story, bro. I'm gonna keep it going. Puka Hybrid. That's why you in the issue in now. Worst drug of them all. Facts. He's speaking the world clay. I can agree with it. CJ Sugar Bum ain't even heard he took a shot. Not Brad being hooked on drugs. I thought that was a black man issue. Sugar Bum. She'll be here. She always pop up. Let's see. Mandrea, when did I started running? The next day after I found out I had high blood pressure. The next day. Bro, it was literally the next day, Mandrea. So, and like I said, bro, I knew it needed to be done. But all right, back to my story. So anyway, I give my boy the $20. I see he messed up. He talk about, me and his kids, me. I didn't met his son before. But he wanted my son to meet his kids. And I was iffy about that. Because I'm like, bro, I don't want what you do around me or my family, because that's not how we running. We not doing it. And I know how guys like that can be. I know when you hooked on them drugs, bro, you'll do whatever. And I can't have you doing whatever around my family and with my family. Can't have it. So anyway, few weeks pass. I go out to the country. I tell him I'm in the country. He like, bro, pull up on me. I want you to meet my little boy. He had another son that I hadn't met. I had met his oldest son, not his youngest son. So man, I pull up to Moscow. I get up where he at. I meet his son waving at me. I meet his oldest son. I don't meet him. I talk to his oldest son. I'm like, what's going on? He was like, oh, nothing. So my boy was like, hey man, this my brother Tez right here. That's my brother. And his son looked up and he was like, Dad, how can that be your brother? He's black. And I was like, bro, I just bust out laughing because kids is so unfiltered. And it ain't hurt my feelings or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I get it. And my boy Nick looked at him and like, man, color ain't got nothing to do with it. This been my best friend since we was little. And color ain't stopped it then and ain't gonna stop it now. That was one of the key moments, bro, that I knew like, dude had a chance. He wasn't messed up enough not to know what he was doing. So y'all, I'ma speed this thing up. My brother called me and told me a couple of weeks ago that he had been dead for like 2 weeks. And he wasn't on Facebook, wasn't on Instagram or nothing like that. And I remember the last conversation we had. Y'all, I went off on, bro. I'm not the gentle person to talk to when you ask for advice or, man, I just need you to talk to me. I'm more of the fire and brimstone type guy. And I let this man have it, bro. The man blaming all his problems on his wife, how God don't like him. I'm like, nigga, this all your fault. Then nobody tell you to get hooked on drugs. Then nobody tell you to start experimenting with this stuff. You messed up your marriage. And I can't look at you the same because you got 2 sons that look up to you every single day, bro. And you let the lure of drugs take you away from your kids. My ultimate point that I'm getting to, when I found out he was dead, on one hand, I was sad. On the other hand, I was like, man, forget this, bro. Bro. That's how my man was running. And I still feel this way now. My mom was like, well, it'll hit you later. It never hit. He gone. And all the memories that I had with this brother growing up, I value. But then it's this other side that as a man, I'll never be able to forgive. The fact that you supposed to be a leader and you led your wife down the road of drugs. You supposed to be a leader, but you left your kids alone. His pops found him slumped over on the floor, overdose on fentanyl. Thank God that the children didn't find. And I talked to CJ about this. I'm like, bro, am I being too heartless about this? He was like, bro, I understand where you coming from. He know people that didn't dealt with addiction. So for him, it was a little touchy. But for me, I was like, hell no, bro. It ain't nothing that can take me away from them 2 boys downstairs. Nothing besides death. That's gonna take me willingly, that I'm a volunteer for. At the end of the day, I do want to say rest in peace to him. Because, bro, we had a lot of good times growing up. I got into tuner cars now because of him. I drive the car that I drive now because of him. I used to listen to Creed, Linkin Park. I say he was a white boy. I got to know different sounds of music, and I said Breaking the Habit, one of my favorite songs of all time. Y'all might not know nothing about that Linkin Park. I had the Meteoria album. So this brother played a big role in me growing up and understanding different lifestyles. His parents were cool, always treated me like a son, would give me money sometimes. I spend the night over there. It wasn't about black and white. It was just, that's my boy. So do I wish things could have been different? Of course. I would have loved to see his kids and my kids running around playing, being old and rocking chairs. Hey, I wish that could have happened, bro. But no matter how much advice you give somebody, they gotta live their life. They gotta make the decision. That come when when I give advice to women about their situation, men about their situation, all I can do is give you the advice. You gotta make the decision. You gotta live. You want to know how many times I told that man to stop doing what he was doing? Bro, come over here. We good. You ain't got to do that. Have my mama praying for him. Bro, we did all this stuff. But at the end of the day, people got to make their own choices. Do I wish my ex-best friend was still here? I do. He made the choice. He made the choice. And the fact that our kids might not grow up together, the fact that me and him ain't gonna be like Dom Toretto and Paul Walker. Wait, what was his name? Damn, come on. Fast and Furious, man. Dom Toretto and damn, what was his name? O'Connor, Brian O'Connor. We ain't gonna get to do our Fast and Furious thing the way that we talked about tuning cars. I'm sad about that. But I'm not sad. Because when I hold Tez the Fire accountable, everybody in my group is the same way. And the fact that that brother let that demon overtake him to the point to where he ain't care about his kids, he ain't care about his wife, he ain't care about his family no more, that I'll never forgive. And like I told y'all, bro, this might be a side of Tez you ain't never heard. This might be a side of Tez that you like, bro, you a heartless bastard, maybe. But that's how I feel about the situation. And I'm going to stand on it. To his boys, I hope y'all hear this. And I want you to know that, bro, I love y'all dad. I love y'all pop, bro. He just made decisions that took him away from what was important. And I pray to God that y'all don't follow him. And I pray to God that y'all in a situation now that's better for you. Let me get into some of these super chats. Super chats. Ha! We don't get super chats no more. Puka Harry Creed slap facts. Bruh. I was about to sing. I ain't gonna do that. Reckless Way. I know Linkin Park. Hey, bro, Breaking the Habit, one of my top 5 songs. I don't care what nobody say. That is the message in that song. It's A1, bro. Anyway, that jump up. Puka Harry, Red Hot Chili Peppers. Never listen to one of their songs, but I know who you talking about. Reckless Ray. The man who passed was not your homie. That was just his body. He was gone before that. Man, Ray, don't be getting so deep, man. Bro, you right though. And I know it. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's like, that's why my emotions mixed when it comes to this. Like I said, bro, I was part sad, and the other part of me was like, fuck him. I tried not to cuss, but there you go. But you right, Reckless, bro. The minute he got hooked, he wasn't my friend no more. And when I was able to, and when I was the one that was concerned about him being hooked, it's like, my nigga, you might want to stop it. But you right, Ray. And I appreciate you saying it. I know it's true. And CJ bagging the facts. World class, I'm not hearing the problem. Well, world class, I know. But bro, I said, bro, I don't know, man. Sometimes it just seems like I might be too hard on people. But this is how I am, bro. Like I said, man, sometimes I'm just a cold bastard when it comes to certain stuff. And I'm sorry, bro. I don't apologize for that at all. It just be like, whatever. That's just how I look at them after that. But yeah, I'm gonna talk about one more thing and I'm gonna get up out of here. What word go? I had to say, hold on, y'all. And look, first, matter of fact, what I do, I drop the link. I talked about a lot. So if anybody want to come up, y'all can come up. Another thing we can't do, we can't pin comments to the chat no more. This limited stuff stupid as hell, bro. Anyway, it's in the chat. So if y'all want to come up, and man, we can talk about, anything that I talked about. I'm more than willing. It is a pop-up, chop-up. I've been talking by myself down there 2 hours. But I had a lot to get off my chest. So if anybody want to pop up, bro, y'all more than welcome. If I know you, you ain't gotta be on camera. If I don't, y'all know how I go. But like I said, bro, if y'all want to support us now, since we demonetized, please make sure you hit the Cash App. Please make sure that you PayPal. And if you want to help, like I said, like the video, listen to us on Stitcher, Google, Apple Podcast, whatever, bro. Buy the merch. We appreciate it. But like I said, man, we never begged for the money. It was never about that, honestly. And I know y'all hear people say that all the time. If it ain't about the money, why you got merch? If it ain't about the money, you got this and that. I get it. But it was never really about that. When we came up with the merch idea, I just liked how it looked on the shirt. And now that I get to do more and more with it, I'm happy that it's like, okay, I got something. And we a company now. We a LLC. Like, we legit. So it's like, we need to make money when it comes to the business. And I know a lot of y'all in this chat smart enough to know how business works. So, like I said, man, the link in the chat. So if you want to hop up, we can chop it up. What was my next subject? I had to say, I just can't find. Let's see. I'm gonna start back playing this music too now that we done got the most serious stuff out the way. But that's what I was gonna talk about. For the people that's here, have y'all heard of this Princella chick? I'm pretty sure y'all have, because there's been a lot of people making videos about her and stuff. How y'all feel about Princella? She been going crazy. Like, she had her one-on-one with Charleston, she smoked him. And the sad thing is, he was winning, but Charleston got a Charleston, and it always blow him up at the end. Which y'all already know how we feel about Charleston. It ain't no hate. It just is what it is. See if I can get this pulled up right quick. Give me a minute. Mandrelli. What's going on, Mandrelli? Can't hear you.
What's going on, Tez?
What's up, Mandrelli?
Man, yeah, happy to hear you running and carrying on.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Like I said, Mandrell, bro, when I reached out to you, bro, you remember the conversation that we had. And bro, it was hard for me to admit all this stuff, man.
It usually is. It usually is. It's hard to admit, like man, that fell off. It's hard to admit, like the series I'm doing, like gaining all that weight, it was fun. And I had a ball. I ate whatever I wanted, you know what I'm saying? But man, day one when I got back in the gym, bruh, like y'all don't understand,
man.
Y'all don't understand. I'll say this: the biggest part that I really underestimated, and I'll admit this, is the mental portion.
Yeah,
I really underestimated the mental portion of it. You know what I'm saying? So it gave me new perspective on how people who aren't used to working out feel when they get into a gym or they start working out again. Yeah, you get self-conscious about stuff.
Facts. Like,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, like, one of the things that this experience and taught me too is you gotta understand how fear is one of them things that's meant to stop you from moving forward. Mm-hmm. And like I say, I know by you being in the having been in the military, I know it was certain situations that fear may have came up, but it's like, bro, I ain't got time for this shit. It's time to go. So it's like that's kind of how my mindset is now when it comes to whatever I'm doing. And it's like I never thought this is what it would take for me to get to that point.
Yeah, I mean, but my thing is this.
Man, Dre, you froze, bro. Let me see.
This, as long as you get to the, I thought you was the one that froze.
Oh, my bad.
Oh no, it was on my end. That's the way it looked like. But
oh, okay. But I ain't go ahead. Yeah, I didn't hear you.
Yeah, as long as you do something, as long as you do realize that there's an issue and you are doing things to fix it, that's the important part. Get out there and start fixing it before it gets too late.
Facts. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I say, I always wanted to make the changes. It's just sometimes you gotta have that little push forward. Mm-hmm. Like, damn, and that's what it was for me. And like I said, bro, I told you this before, and I tell you again that I appreciate you for helping me, and some of the things that we talked about behind the scenes. So I really appreciate that, bro. And like I said, man, I'm doing a lot better. I'm down like 15 pounds now. And I done started to eat cleaner and watching what I eat. Not just I want ribs and I go get ribs. It's like, nah, shouldn't have them. Let's go with something a little cleaner. So
yeah, and you get used to the flavors and stuff. Like, it's good. There's good foods out there that's healthy.
Facts.
A lot of them, and people overlook that. People think that just because they're eating healthy, they have to sacrifice flavor. You don't. They may not taste like ribs, but it's still good. You know what I'm saying? And once you lost weight, if you want to have ribs every once in a blue moon, have them once in a blue moon. Like if I want to eat junk food, I'm like, I think I have a pizza today. I won't eat anything all day, and that pizza will be the only thing I ate that day. You know what I'm saying? But I've been working out and eating healthy all week. So it doesn't set you back too far,
So, Mandre, I want to get your opinion on something. How do you manage calories and stuff? Because the doctor gonna give you the doctor answer. He pretty much told me I need to be eating 2,100 calories a day. But I know Ted the Fight not finna burn 21 plus calories a day. It's the deficit. I think it's the what is it called? The calorie deficit. That's what helps you lose the weight.
Yeah, caloric deficit.
So how the hell you supposed to manage that? Because I might be able to eat 2,000. I know I ain't burning 2,000.
You'd be surprised how many calories you burn throughout the day. Actually, just going about your everyday life, especially if you got a job where you're moving around. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you'd be surprised at how much you actually burn. But the working out and stuff like that's extra, and it also helps with the cardiovascular system. It helps clean out the arteries and the veins, all because a lot of this stuff piles up and it builds up plaque in the veins and the arteries. That's what causes heart attacks. But doing cardio, that helps flushes all that out. It helps makes the veins and arteries bigger so they can pump more blood. It strengthens the heart so it can pump more blood. It makes the whole circulatory system more efficient. Cardio does. But as far as to answer your question, how do I manage calories? I just look up what the average calorie count is, because even when you look on whatever the nutrition guide on the back of food that you buy,
right? Those
are just estimates,
right?
None of it is exact. None of it is precise. It's just their estimates, and you make the best estimate. Okay, this is 120 calories. That's 200 calories, and I just do the math. Okay, so if I put these foods together, you know what I'm saying, like eggs and oatmeal, right? If I put these two together, how much would that be? Okay, this would be like, if I add these ingredients to it, that'd be 400 something calories. All right, so this is what I eat in the morning.
Right.
I already worked that out. Already got that formula. This is what I'm going to eat in the morning. So I look at like how many calories in boneless, skinless chicken breast. I wrote that down. How many calories in a cup of black beans? I wrote that down. You know what I'm saying? And so I just added it up. If I eat this combination, that equal up to this many calories. I eat this combination, and then I do a big count for. It sounds more complicated than it is.
No, but see, But see, man, Dre, I know what you're saying. I use an app for all this stuff. So for me, I use the Samsung Help app. So every time that I eat something, if I can look it up in there, I can just put it in. Hold on, Scam Likely. What's going on, Dusto?
What's going on?
You about to bring up Princella. Did you see the video when Princella was rubbing her boobs, talking to a guy on talking to some guy, and she's right, she was talking to some dude, and she started rubbing her breasts and stuff, and then dropping lime juice on herself and licking it and stuff. I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, we hear you, Scam. You said there was fighter complex, Scam, like?
Yeah, that was fighter.
She was talking to fighter complex. I saw this video, like, this is a chick talking about the Queen Maker, and she goofs up like that.
Bruh.
I don't know. Okay. Man, it was fun. She's funny.
It was funny. Yeah, it was funny now. I'm not going to lie. I was because she was teasing him, obviously. You know what I mean? Making fun of him. And then this guy comes up there, roaring like a lion. But the second she starts doing that, you hear his whole tune change. You hear his whole tune change.
Hey, and I'm gonna tell you the crazy thing. I done seen her do this before. It's like, wait a hold on. Bro, that's why it's like I'm more with Dusto. It's almost like comedy now.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, yeah, that's better Dusto. It's almost like the guys that's like getting heated about her, I really think they take this space too seriously. Like, bro, I disagree with what she's saying, but I ain't like, oh, she need to be off YouTube and I hate her because of this. I'm like, man, it's funny. Like, and Dusto say this all the time, bro. I think a lot of the time we take this space so seriously, we can't laugh, we can't joke, we can't have open moments like I was telling y'all about my best friend or ex-best friend. It's like, bro, this ain't what this for. But Dusto, I'm gonna give you the mic, bro. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. No, I was just saying my thing about Princella, of course, to me, 90% of the conversations in a lot of these space, they're not serious. They're just not. How can you get mad at Princella? When you go to other platforms and there's multiple clips, oh, look at this. And it's a 300-pound black woman drop kicking a baby across the street. Then it's a 120-pound woman taking a wig and slapping a man and throwing his keys out the window. And you know damn well, most people are just regular people who go to work, eat a sandwich, and go home. Some have kids, some don't. Some are married, some are single. Most people are regular people. Do we have people out of control? Yes, but they just, whoa, look at this one. So if you keep doing that to the woman, expect the Princellas to start coming out. Like, oh, you know what? I got something for you. Let me show you what's up with these dudes. And they're going to drag the worst of the worst. Pookie with his pants hanging. Two dudes holding hands, fondling on each other. Or some broke dude in a homeless shelter stabbing somebody. I'm like, really? Am I wrong?
No, and Scam, I think that's the thing. The more and more you look at what's going on, especially with Princella, like I said, bro, it's like, I get what she's doing. But it's like, whether you agree with it or not, it's like, I get it. It's funny. It's literally kind of comedy to me at this point. So for the people that be getting mad, like I said, you can debunk a lot of her argument, but you can debunk a lot of what Fresh and Fit said too. So it's like, what we really doing, bro? Is we growing from this? That's my thing. Reggie, what's going on, bro? You good?
What's good, Reggie?
Yeah, bro, I'm good, man. What's going on, y'all? Man, Dre. Hey, I done hit you up on Instagram like 3 times.
He terrible at Instagram, bro.
He terrible at DMing back or saying something, let you know he got the message. Facts. He just don't say nothing.
Wait, when'd you hit me up on Instagram? I'm looking that up now.
Man,
and he know he bad at it too.
Man, that might be terrible. I said, and I hit you up. I said something. I jumped on the panel twice, and you didn't say nothing. I'm like, dang, man, Dre.
My bad, Reggie. I mean,
man, you good, man? I'm trying.
Well, now that you brought it to my attention, hit me up today.
Hit
me up today. I will get back with you, guaranteed.
I got you.
I don't understand. I check the Instagram all the time. I check it several times a day. Like,
it might be going to your if y'all not friends, it could be going to your message request folder, so you might not see it there.
Okay. Yeah, shoot me a friend request too. If we're not friends or whatever, yeah, shoot me that too. Ain't no telling, but yeah, hit me up today. I guarantee I hit you back.
So I wanted to bring up something else right quick. So I know y'all done heard about Sha'Carri Richardson.
No.
And she is the track star. Like, she went viral for talking trash and
yeah.
And she been on a tear. And me and CJ did a video about her too, where like it's like, hey bro, we ain't trying to hear all of that rah-rah and you losing. And now she's starting to win. And it's like we still seeing some of them same guys talk shit. And it's like, wait a minute. Our only preference was, bro, don't be running your mouth and doing all this hood rat ratchet stuff and losing. But it's like, hey, you winning, you doing your thing. Congratulations. And then go back to what Dusto be saying all the time. It's like, bro, what do you stand on for real? Because whether I like the way she look or not, if she winning these meets, I can respect it.
Yeah, it's like in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. There's that guy named Gordon Ryan, right? Gordon Ryan has established himself as like the GOAT now, right? That you just can't beat the guy. Good luck. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where he can get on the mat and just toy with people all day and submit them whatever he feels like it seems like it. But he talks so much trash once he wins. He'll tell people like that, yeah, you guys need to get your game up because your jiu-jitsu sucks. He was this guy. Yeah, it was all right. He was trash. I took care of him no time. You see that? Now here's the thing: when you see him in interviews and stuff, he's nowhere near like that.
Yeah,
nowhere near that cocky. You know what I'm saying? Nowhere near that arrogant and all that. But he's on the mat. He's talking mad trash. But the thing is, like, hey, beat him.
Facts.
Beat him and shut his mouth up. Nobody has yet. You know, no one's come close. But I'm with that. I mean, I'm not a big fan of that kind of trash talk, but hey, if he can stand on it, you can't beat him, then hey, shut him up.
Fact. What you got, Dusto?
I got a different opinion. My opinion is this. 2020 Olympics. Sha'Carri was the fastest, the records and all this stuff. Then she got busted. What was it? Smoking? Yeah. It's Olympic time, and your ass ain't even qualified. And there's 4 other women that went and ran, and they was fast. Which means they ran 10-9, 10-8, 10-4, whatever, 40, whatever score they scored. Your score was a 0. You lost. It doesn't matter how fast you are, you lost. Because you couldn't even make it there, because you couldn't lay off the damn wheel. You get more, airtime on Sha'Carri. Wall. Aaliyah Hobbs, that's the only one whose name I even remember. They did everything, trained 4 years, went out there and ran, and don't nobody know their names. The tall white girl with the long legs. Stubbs, what's her last name?
Mm-hmm. I think that's who it is.
Somebody Stubman. She fast. But I kind of know their names, but they're all about Sha'Carri. For 3 years, and she smoked herself out of not even showing up. But that's my opinion. Other people can be fans of who they want to. But the other thing with the people who always hate Sha'Carri, they just hate women. That's big. If you just hate women, I just tell you, I just don't like it. I'm not a fan. Is it personal? No. That's just my thing with why. Because I want more airtime for the ones who showed up and was able to run. And they're cute too.
That is facts.
Yeah, Hobbs pretty. But it's all about Sha'Carri and this victim stuff. Y'all know me. I don't do victim. I really don't. Not at all. I don't.
Yeah, but I remember
dusting these fools and talking trash. It is what it is. I can say I don't like it. Somebody else can say they can't live with it. If you just hate women and you're just mad, that's your problem. So the I hate women committee, they don't do what they do. Just troll them and get it over.
And I think that's why, like, when I seen that Fresh and Fit going back earlier to where I was at, when I seen them get demonetized, I wasn't just tripping. It's like I'm more of on the damn, that's messed up, but at the same time, they did do a lot of wild stuff. And I know them DL St. Boy. Me and DL done talked about this. So it's like, I get it.
Me and DL hang out in person sometimes.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he talk about you a lot on the channel. You know, me and CJ gonna try to get down there to Florida and come holler at y'all. We gonna try to get the Mandrell too. We done talked about this. So, you know, we want to see y'all guys in person to see what you really stand on. Cause I don't know. Dusto be trolling too much, bro. Dusto might have a $2 million mansion for we know. Like, damn, this Dusto.
Nah, I'm broke now. It's
That's what I already.
The building shaking. It's a trailer. That means the person.
Yeah, I was scammed. I'm in the same boat as scam, man. I'm broke as a joke.
I'm hurting out here.
I ain't got no money. If you notice, have you noticed this one subject? I think one person. I think Aaron O is the only person who picked up on it. You never hear me talk about money.
I don't really talk about money either.
You never hear me talk. Yeah, you never hear me talk about money.
I'll talk about it if that's what I have
Lucky?
to do. If I got to talk about it, trolling, I'll talk about some money.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
I don't really talk about money that much. And the people I rock with in these spaces, they got nothing to do with money. Not at all.
Right. You don't hear me talk about money. That's the funny part.
Reggie drops. Peace out, Reggie.
Peace out, Reggie, man. Let's see. JT from What We Know Podcast. What's going on, bro?
What up, though?
Man, good to hear from you, bro.
Same here, man. What up, Drelly? What up, Dusto?
What's up, JT?
Man, JT, man, we pretty much just up here chopping it up about a few different things. Like I said, I don't know how much you watched. Man, I went over a whole lot of stuff today. So I said, bro, I talked about us getting demonetized and limited. Talked about Fresh and Fit being demonetized. I lost a homeboy. I talked about a lot of stuff. So, man, whatever you got, bro, just come up, man. I'll keep this thing going for a little minute. And first of all, Lucky Marie, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. What you got, JT? Yeah. How everything been, bro?
Man, everything been going all right, bro. It's been going pretty good. I wanted to come on and just holler at the fellas. I'm heading from work, so I wanted to get in on whatever conversation you brothers is having, man.
Hey, most bro, definitely. I appreciate that. One thing that I'm starting to see, and I think World Class said this. I think what we starting to do, we all starting to build our own group without even knowing that we doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's like we all running together. That's why I said earlier, like, bro, me and CJ done talked about going to Florida. We done talked about going to Houston, seeing Sir Hill. And bro, we still on it. Like, we really want to meet people and get to see y'all for
real. Sir Hill's in Dallas.
Who?
Sir Hill in Dallas.
Oh, okay. I thought he was in Houston too.
No, him and Black.
He over there with. Yeah, he over there with Black Man.
Yeah, Black Man built it up there too. Yeah, that's a big dude. You say I'm big, man. That's a big dude in real life too.
Sir Hill.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
He and I went to the gym and worked out together, man. I mean, a couple of times. He can push some weight too, man.
Hey, man. I'm like I said, bro.
He can push some weight. I'm like, God, okay.
I just watched the American Gladiator documentary.
Fantastic, wasn't it?
Hey, man,
fantastic,
okay,
man.
Hold on, wait. Okay, let me get my joke out first, then we'll talk about it. I'm gonna be one of them boys on them needles, bro. I'm sorry, I ain't got time to be working hard as y'all, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Them guys, man. God, bro, anabolic steroids. God damn,
it's something else.
Now the end result is terrible, but man, but that was a good documentary, bro. I another good one. Quarterback.
I hadn't seen that one.
Great,
but the American Gladiators one, like, I liked it because they came out and spilled all the beans.
Facts.
The Gladiators, they talked about all the shenanigans the networks were up to, all the bad decisions that all the producers and everybody made. They told everything, even the shenanigans they were up to. They told everything. That's what makes a good documentary, man.
That's how a documentary is supposed to be, right there.
Yeah, like, they told all of it.
Wow,
it was unfiltered,
man.
Yes,
literally,
man. JT, it's called Muscles and Mayhem.
Yep.
It's on Netflix. Muscles and Mayhem. Check it out, man. You won't be
Oh no, I watched it. I binged on it. I binged on it all the way up on every episode. I didn't even. I stayed right there and watched every episode, bro. And it was funny because what they were talking about, man. I just remember watching almost all the episodes, and it was like, during that time when they started, I think I was getting ready to go into the military at that time, like 91, something like that. And then a lot of it I didn't see it till late because I was overseas. So they used to show it over in Germany, but we didn't get it till late. But man, it was just that documentary. I was like, they're telling everything,
man. And JT, for me, bro, that took me back when I was little. Like, bro, I remember watching Gladiator when I was like, my favorite game was the where they shot the tennis ball after that and the joust.
Yeah,
I remember that like it was yesterday, man.
You see how we used to with the joust? What got me is like how they had to redo it because people getting hurt.
Crazy.
The gladiators were getting their ass handed to them, bro.
And I didn't know that. Like, to us, it's just a weekly show. We thought they did it once a week. We didn't know they were doing this day in and day out.
They were doing 3 episodes a day.
Right. So they had to keep everybody else who got up there. I guess it was fresh. So by the time they got around to the 3rd or 4th one, like the gladiators tired. They had done a joust, the tennis ball shooting, and the wrestling. They had done all that like 3 times by the time they got to the last one. So they was like, they
were like, we ran out of gladiators. We need some more gladiators.
They were getting hurt, man. Like they tired. So
you can't blame them, especially. And then, like I said, you got the steroid use, you got the girls, you got the party, and it's like, man, it was only so much they could go, but the producer, that was a weird guy, man.
Yeah.
Got, like all the corn collection.
Ooh.
Like everyone said how weird it was that he had that much of a collection. It's like,
right, that was a dangerous amount.
Yeah, it was.
He definitely gave me white van vibes for sure.
Yeah.
Oh man,
that was a weird guy. But one thing I will say is that show, bro, it's still to this day is so underrated. Because for me, I can look back at that documentary and it's like my kids will never see nothing like this. Like never, not like that. It was the same with what was it, Ninja Warrior. It was the same thing. It was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
The amount of endurance and skill you gotta have to do this is an amazing thing. Like, bro, Netflix got some cold documentaries, bro. You got some time.
Oh yeah.
Down,
I had to check this out. I never seen it.
Oh, Scam like
the show American Gladiator show. And long, fast, like Mandrill was talking about the show. People who can do all this lifting and big swollen muscles can't do the 8 push-ups.
Right. There's a guy in the gym now. He can rep 405. Rep 405 on the bench press.
Crazy.
Hey, do 30 push-ups. Can't get it. He can't get it.
Yeah, when I was in the Army, there was a bunch of dudes who do max push-ups. Because all we do is push-ups, sit-ups, and run. That's what it was in 98 when I was in. And then one day we had this other competition they made up. And they went to do pull-ups. And at the time, I did like 22. This big old dudes, 300 people scoring perfect scores, and the PT couldn't do 4 pull-ups.
Wow.
You swole in the front. You got no other upper body muscles.
No shoulders, no traps, nothing.
Nope.
Now, like I said, a lot of y'all that's up here, y'all haven't been in the military before. I haven't. And that's one of the things that is kind of like, I probably, in a different time, I probably would have. Because I see how they kind of instill certain patterns what's the word I'm looking for? Like it kind of changes your mindset on a lot of stuff. Respect, discipline, stuff like that. So in y'all time in the military, was it really that, or that kind of like what they tell you? Because when you ain't in it, you don't know. You just see the after effect. You don't see the effects while you in there.
Yes and no. In September 11th, right after September 11th, they can probably speak to it more than I only did 2 years. But the thing was, the 2 years I did, I was 18. So clowned in high school, did whatever. Next thing, I turned 18 in July. 3 weeks later, it's basic training. Jeez. And I was kind of spoiled, and hey, you ain't quitting. So it was real during that time. But if you don't have discipline, you're not gonna make it in the military anyway. September 11th, when they lowered the standards, or then 08 when the economy got bad and everybody wanted to jump in the military because there wasn't nothing else to do, or they couldn't make no money, you started to see what people really want. But there's a lot of people who don't make it or make it and they're losers in the military. Like some things don't change. Some things can enhance what you are. Some of it depends on the decisions you make. Some of it, the environment is good. Some of it, like if you got no family structure, the military ain't gonna give you that. If you ugly, you still gonna be ugly in the military. You be ugly with the uniform on. But this dude just couldn't stop smoking. They smoked themselves out of the army. Crazy. Every other branch, you got one shot and you out. The military, when I was in, first time you get ducked if they get you. The second time you out. And there's people smoke themselves out, having to pay back $10,000 bonuses. And even at 19, they spent the bonus money. But Mandrell and JT speak to it more. They did more time than that. I was only in 2 years. But I also grew up in the military area. My dad did 12 years Navy. So I went back to Virginia. There's nothing but basics. So military is a part of what I kind of, the environment and some of it is what I already knew.
Mandrell, what you got? Well, JT, you good?
Oh yeah. So I did 9 years. I almost did 10. I think becoming a non-commissioned officer is what got me to a point where I was more squared away than probably the average soldier that was there because of the unit I was in. Like my first 2 units, man, they were just regular units. Like it was like going to work every day, you know. And when I first got in, I was getting myself in a whole lot of trouble. But I was young, you know. I was 18 years old, so I was hanging around the wrong crowd, and what got me to getting on the right track is because I almost got kicked out because of a fight I got into, and I pushed the guy through a window. And so I was looking at court-martial. But because I had a first sergeant and a captain that actually, you know, for one, they were black. And they seen the potential I had because I was a boxer at the time. I was a boxer for two. Well, it was only like 6 months there before I got myself in some trouble. So instead of me being court-martialed or get an Article 15, they just moved me to another unit. It got me away from which they thought was going to get me away from the guys I was hanging with. But they used to come down to my other unit with me and hang out. But as I got older, and I started hanging around more guys that were a lot older and more career-oriented, I started really focusing on not just my, being a soldier, but I was focused on actually being a good or a great mechanic, because that's what I was here. And so when I went to my third unit, that's when I started inducted myself into a lot of classes, started taking college courses, and I ended up getting married. And that kind of had me on the straight and narrow also. So I used to be for, about a year and a half, I was on the color guard. And I thought it was just us just doing ceremonies in the military, but it wasn't. We were doing a lot of funerals. So, and we got a chance to travel I got a chance to actually understand the whole concept of the military. You know, I started taking history classes and stuff like that from the military and stuff like that. Like I said, a lot of my friends were high ranking, E7s. Some of them was, you know, captains, had a couple of majors, and a lot of it was due to me being married. And my wife at the time, she used to work in the community. So all her friends had high-ranking husbands. So that's what kind of motivated me to start, you know, really taking my career to the next level. So, you know, when I got out, I was an E6. I was a staff sergeant. And it was just so easy to get rank at that time, man, where, you know, all you had to do was go to school. All you had to do was maintain a high PT score, you know, take certain classes and stuff like that, hit the cutoff score, and then, you know, you get promoted. Then my next step was to be an E7. It's a whole different thing when you're an E7 because you get pretty much selected. And, you know, being in the military at that time, man, I really wanted to stay in, but I kept getting deployed. And my last deployment was Bosnia. And I left one unit and I went to another unit in New York. And this is when the Afghanistan-Pakistan war started. And they told me that I was not going to leave that unit. They was going to keep me for 6 years. So they reached my contract that I had, my sign-on contract. I got my bonuses and all of that, but they were telling me that I was not going to leave that unit. And that's what made me get out. That's what made me go, because I was definitely trying to retire. But, man, I seen how dangerous it was. And I seen, like, it was, when I started seeing, before it was even a war, man, so many people were getting hurt and killed. I was like, I'm done with it. I just had, you know, a new baby and all that stuff, man. I was like, damn, I ain't even get a chance to spend time with my family because I was always on the go. But I did enjoy the lifestyle. You know, it took a minute for me to get adapted to it, but once I did, it was on and popping, bro. It was on and popping.
Appreciate
I didn't
that,
like
JT.
the Army. I didn't like it, but go ahead.
Man, Dre, what you got?
Well, for me, it was different. A little different. Yeah, well, different.
We could do a whole podcast on your experience.
Yeah, you could. I spent 6 years total in, and a lot happened in that 6 years.
I was about to say, hold up, bro, because you became what, Green Beret?
Yeah.
In 6 years, I know stuff like that. I didn't heard stuff like that usually take a while. Like, you got to be the best of the best. So, how you jump from regular guy to that?
It depends on what they're looking for. You know what I mean? In a person, it depends on you as well. You know, you definitely got to be tough enough. You definitely got to be competent for what, you know. Those are two things. So you don't have to be some super genius or nothing like that, but competent at least. You know what I mean? So for me, it was kind of like, okay, hey, do this. All right. Figure out this problem. All right. But no, Green Beret training is about, it could be about 2 years, you know? Yeah, that's how long it takes to make a Green Beret, about 2 years. It's somewhere between 18 months to 2 years, depends on how fast you fast track it. You know what I'm saying? Yes, because there's a language portion, and some people just test out. Some people who already speak a foreign language, they'll go there and if they're already fluent with the language, they can just test out and be done. They don't have to go through that part. You know, I didn't speak a second language at the time, so I had to go to language school. You know, so you know, I joined like 2002, and 9/11 it just happened. Everything anyway. I go through basic training and stuff like that, and I'm in airborne school, and a guy with a 10 break comes up, say, "Hey, anybody want to go to RIP?" And the guy with a green break comes up and says, "Anybody want to go to SF selection?" And so I went and asked a question. I said, "Hey, let's say we go and we don't make it. What happens to us then?" And then you go back on your original track of what you originally signed your contract for. So I said, "Oh, well, then I got nothing to lose. Let me at least try out." You know. why not get the experience while I'm here? I didn't expect to make it. I expected to go there, not make it, and come back with a story like, hey man, I tried, but it was this and it was that, and it was rough, this and the other. But I ended up going up there, I'm like, oh, this ain't so bad. The next day, this ain't so bad. Next day, I'm like, oh yeah, this is that third day I was like, this is serious, because they don't feed you much and they don't give you a lot of time to eat when you do eat. So it's all a test, and most of it's mental, and the tough part, just don't quit. Don't quit and do the best you can. Like if there's, that those runs are time. That those ruck marches are time. You just don't know how much time you got.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't lollygag. You know what I mean? And you can't be. And another thing, they do go by your personality as well. You can't be a jerk. Can't be a butthole. You know what I'm saying? So if you're one of those, you're probably out, because all the buttholes that were there, they were done. They didn't get selected. Like my class, they selected like 8 people.
Out of what side players?
It was pushing 400 day one. Woo! On day 0. Yeah, day 0, like 5 hours. Day 0, which is the first day, they call it day 0. The first 5 hours, over 100 people is gone. The first 5 hours.
You said pushing 400. I missed that.
400 people who started the class with me, who started the training. It was pushing 400 people who started. That first 5 hours, over 100 people's gone.
That's how airsoft was. That's how airsoft was. You start out with 100 and some people. You end up with 15 people. That's it.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like that, Tez. I mean, like I said, you don't know how long that ruck march gonna last. But anyway, people are getting eliminated or quitting along the way. The only part that scared me was the land nav part. Like, it was gonna be at night. They taught us how to land nav. That stands for land navigation, right? They give you a map, a compass, some grid coordinates, and a pencil, and you have to figure out on the map.
You have to shoot an azimuth. They give you the angles, and you have to shoot an azimuth. And a lot of people know nothing about that. That'll take you out.
Yeah, if you don't know how to shoot an azimuth, that can take you out for real. They give you 5 points. And by the time it was over, that's when I found out that I had ruck marched like all night, like through the woods. So, and it's at night, you can't see anything because they don't allow you to use flashlights, right? So I thought, I was like, wait, I'm ready to throw all them bugs, like there's black widows and fiddleback spiders out there. There's cottonmouth snakes out there. You know what I'm saying? And diamondback and all kind of snakes and stuff out there. I traveled through the woods with all that going on. So I mean, it turns out it was 54 square miles that we had done total, and that was the wild part for me, man.
Jeez.
Yeah, the training was ridiculous, but if you're competent, you can make it. Like there was one time for my training to do my job, which is a Bravo weapon sergeant. I had to land nav to a point, and the point brought me right in front of a road, right? And there was a member of the cadre there, and he sat there. He said, "All right, get in the prone." I got in the prone position. He said, "Don't move." I didn't. He walks up to me and tapes a laser pointer on the barrel of my weapon. Walks back a few paces in the road and then measured. Like I had to be, so I didn't know this, but I had to land nav and be. So I had to be like so far away. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to be within a certain range of where the point was. I was like, golly. I thought I got lucky. It was ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought I just got lucky.
Bro,
I don't know, but it was something else, man. But we were always busy, though. For me, it was nonstop. Hop and pop. Pop.
I know this is, since we talking about it, I know this one conversation that like I want to do a show about, where I have a lot of guys that had time in, you know, the military to kind of talk about their stories because, like I said, bro, I really admire y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all, in my mind, the way I see y'all the G.I. Joes for real. Like, bro, the stuff that, and like I say, a lot of this stuff could be fabricated because it's in the movies. But I don't know, man. I read my boy, what's my boy name? What is Stay Hard? What is his name?
David Goggins.
Goggins.
Yeah,
I read my boy Goggins' book. I was like, shit.
David Goggins is crazy. Okay, listen. Yeah, David Goggins is crazy. Like for me, Green Beret training, it was fun. It was good training, you know. But just like anything else, the military is just like anything else. There are going to be days where you just don't feel like going to work. You don't feel like doing it. You know, nobody's that motivated. You know, nobody is. But you go out and do it anyway, you know. And the more you do that, the more it gets into you. You know, so that's why a lot of times the military people who are successful when they get out, it's because of a lot of that was instilled in them, you know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't feel like doing this today. And that's what David Goggins speaks on a lot of. So fucking what? Get out and go run. When you don't feel like running, go run. You don't feel like lifting weights, go lift weights. You know, he speaks to that a lot. And it works for him. It don't work for everybody because not everybody's got that kind of discipline. Yeah, discipline is what kicks in when you are no longer motivated.
And Mandrea, I tell you this, bro. Like I think looking yourself in the mirror and understanding the thing that you strong at and the thing that you weak at or weak in, I think every man has to do that. And everybody ain't gonna be able to do the Mandrea route. Everybody ain't gonna be able to do the Tales of Fire route. But you got to figure out your own route. And that go back to pretty much everything that I was saying earlier when it came to the blood pressure thing. It's like, bro, once you realize that you need to change, it's on you now. It ain't about food. It ain't about this. It ain't about that. I need to make that change. So that's why I said, bro, when I ask y'all these questions about military, and I want to have a show strictly talking about this, like y'all experiences and how it changed you and some of the training you had to do, because bro, I see y'all as being different, man. I could just be me, but that's just how I look at it.
No, but I know one thing that I see. It's one thing to go through training, but it's another thing when you have to really do a lot of the things that you were trained to do. And yeah. I was more of a recovery mechanic, right? Which means that we used to have to go on a lot of details, and we used to have to pull, you know, big rigs out, and a lot of it was track vehicles, M1s, Bradleys, things like that. We used to have to pull them out, or if they popped the track or something like that. And it's not a beautiful thing, especially if you in the cold. Being in Bosnia, we had a track vehicle that was stuck in some water.
Yeah,
like in a big ass swamp type of thing. It wasn't swamp, but it was just, man, we had to get in that cold water, and we had to fix the track while we're in the water. When I tell you how gruesome that was, but again, that's what Mandrea was just talking about. We were so motivated because I had a team of seven guys, man. And I was glad that I had a chance to pick the 7 guys. Let me tell you something. I used to never pick the brothers. I used to always pick the white boys. I don't know what it was, but man, I had a team, bro. Them white boys would do any and everything you asked them to do, man. And I'm talking about, it'd be some, like I said, it'd be some stuff where you can basically get frostbite. Ooh. Or if you in the sand, when you in the sandbox, you know, it'd be 110. Shit, sometimes more than that. And you dealing with all kind of shit, the heat and all that. And the craziest part about being in the sand and stuff like that, and that type of extreme weather, it ain't like you could just be walking around with a t-shirt on or a white beater. You gotta be bundled up.
Facts.
Because you don't want all that sand, especially in sandstorms and stuff like that. And man, listen, that's why you would hear somebody say, I still got sand coming out my ears. Bro, that was the worst thing I ever experienced in my life. Worst thing I ever experienced. That I like the cold better than I like the heat, bro. That's how bad it was. You seeing people damn near dying of heat exhaustion. People that, it just gets to a point where you have to be squared away. That's why when you in training, the drill sergeants used to always tell you, or any type of training when it's hot, drink water, drink water. They keep telling you drink water, because a lot of people they don't know that they're already dehydrated. They don't even know that they're going to have to drink, especially when you're doing 15K ruck marches and stuff like that. The same thing can happen when you in cold weather. You get dehydrated, you mess around, and when I tell you get sick, you pushing your body so far when you having those type of details, man, and that's why I know one of the things I liked about the military was that I didn't have to do what the other people were doing in big units. Our detail, because of what we did, like we didn't really have nobody telling us what to do. You know what I'm saying? We was just, because we was all over the spot, and it was a lot of dangerous missions we went on. Anybody that went to Bosnia, they'll tell you, bro, that was a dangerous mission, man. And it wasn't dangerous because we had to deal with a bunch of people shooting. We had to deal with a bunch of mines.
Right.
You get messed around, and I think my first 2 weeks, my unit got trapped in a mine, and we didn't know. We was in that mine for 2 days. We had to get special forces to come to get us out of there. Guess how we found out we was in the mine?
How?
Somebody's vehicle blew up. Somebody's vehicle. You can't just bag up and turn around and go back the other way. You trapped now.
Wow.
We actually had to get special forces to come and get us up out of there. And we had a vehicle, probably about 50 in a vehicle.
Y'all had to get SF, or you had to get the I thought it was combat engineers that clear all the mines. 12 Bravos?
No, we had combat engineers, but they couldn't get in there until special forces came.
Oh, they had to come first. Okay.
Yeah, they couldn't go in there because it's kind of like a recon all over again. You just couldn't find it. They had mines that was there for 90 years, 70 years, old ass mines. It was crazy. It was crazy. And I still was at a point where I was just exhausted when I was in Bosnia, because we didn't know when we was leaving. I was there for over a year. That was like one of the by that time, that was one of the longest, at that time, that was probably one of the longest deployments they ever had. And it was scary, man. It was definitely scary.
Man, bro, that's why I said, like, some of the stories that's all I have, that's the reason why I want to do this show, is because y'all had to be pushed regardless if you were scared, regardless if you were tired. And I think a lot of men, including myself, has lost that warrior in them, has lost that fight in them, because we have been so pacified to, man, I can cut the air on whenever I want to. I can drive to the store and get what I want. And it's like I was even telling my pop, like, bro, I want a bow and arrow. I want to learn how to shoot a bow and arrow. I say I'm a conspiracy theorist, so I believe we heading back that way anyway. So let me go ahead and get ahead of the curve. And the fact that y'all already kind of had that drilled into y'all, that's why I look up to a lot of people that did the military.
Well, what you find out about it is that there's a margin of brainwashing that goes on in the military, but it's very subtle, very, very subtle. But what you find out really is the vast majority of that really was just you. You made a conscious decision to push through, because you can quit anytime you want to, but you don't want to. But then when you go through it, you endure it, you push through, you come out the other end, you're like, oh, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was. And when you find that out about yourself, you then can take that throughout anything you do in life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't want to be a quitter to yourself. You don't want to be a failure. It's a different type of motivation that you get, and the more you do it, the more your mind. Yep, it is. It's like a little brainwashing that happens. You turn your mind to a whole different. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole different way on how you even look at stuff. Like when I first went in the military, I didn't like it at first. I didn't like basic training. I didn't like AIT. I loved AIT because AIT was a little bit different. But when I got into my unit and I actually started wanting to be a career soldier, man, I'm telling you, every day was just dope because you get a sense of accomplishment. It was the same thing on how you even pack your ruck. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know that if you don't pack your ruck the right way, you're going to be assed out when you get out there, whether it's training or you get deployed. You're going to be assed out. You're going to be mad as hell that you didn't get the 20 pair of socks that you were supposed to have been getting. You're going to be mad because you didn't get the poke bait that you were supposed to have been getting because you don't eat. Sometimes you just don't eat every day. Wasn't no going to chow hall all the time. You had to function on minimum amount of food. You know, the only thing you're going to be doing a lot of is drinking water. That's the only thing. You go out there if you want to and want to do what a lot of these dudes be doing and drinking, because they bring liquor and all that stuff out there, and they hurt themselves by doing that. Or you got those dudes that chewing snuff. They mouth get is you know, and they end up getting mild heart attacks and stuff like that. And man, you see a lot of stuff. I done seen so many people just in formation pass out because they lock their knees. Yep. They tell you don't lock your knees. Dang. You think that shit, especially when you doing like some type of detail or something, and you don't understand when they tell you don't lock your knees, you will see them falling out. They be knocked out. Boom, they got you. Z-Monster done stepped on your neck. And all you did was stand. That's it.
You do learn the level of basic responsibility.
You do.
Like, you come on, packing a rucksack. We had a road marching basic. And it's like, pack this way, turn this, tie this, and then tie the little bedroll. You know, you always had that bedroll on the top of your rucksack. Man, I just slapped anything any kind of way. I'm road marching. One thing fall apart. Something else fall apart. Next thing you know, whole damn thing fell off. Drill sergeant come running around. He just drop kicked it. I could run, I could push, I could do anything. I could not road march. Even I'm the same. It was. I just couldn't do it. Couldn't hang. But I'm struggling. I'm way behind. Stuff falling apart. Then I had to go back, pick it up, go back. Now it's wearing me out even more. And it's 12 miles, or 12K or 12 miles. I don't remember.
And plus, all the stuff you packed in there, the balance of the rucksack is off.
Yep.
So it's throwing off your stride as you walking.
Repack it. Try. Then they tell you, go catch up and get to the front.
Now you gotta run and go catch up.
Next thing you know, it's like, look, just stop. Everybody who was injured or couldn't make it got to get on the truck. And no man,
alibis.
But the problem with getting on the truck means you have to go do it.
Damn.
You have to do it during personal time. They got so mad at me because my stuff fell out my thing. Get your ass on the damn truck. I'm like, no, I can get it. I can make it. Get your ass on that truck. It was. I can't lie. It was funny.
I bet it wasn't funny to them though.
Well, there's a thing about. My dad told me this. He was Navy. And you see the movie.
It is kind of, sometimes it is kind of like a front. Oh, don't let me take this off.
There's a thing where the jokes and stuff they tell in formation, because they, of course, you ain't
soldiers that come in. I was just one of those dudes where I wasn't one that just hollered at you and all of that stuff. I like he was just saying, I was one of the ones that'll put you up front. And a lot of my units, we couldn't leave anybody. So I used to tell my soldiers, go back and get that person. You You know what I'm saying? And when it get to a point where you couldn't do nothing, we'll put you on the truck. And a lot of people feel bad about getting on that truck. So they'll get off the truck and still be trying to do it. They got blisters on their feet. Did you change your socks? Nope, they ain't changed your socks. Why are you sitting there? People passing out. Did you drink water? Your canteen is still full. By the time you get to the first lister, that canteen should be empty. But no, their canteen was still full. So it's a lot that we used to do. And once you get acclimated, you understand why, in basic training that they were on your ass. Because once you start going to your unit, it all depends on what unit. Because man, some units, they're not really military units. They just, especially those maintenance units, it's a big ass clusterfuck. So it's not like everybody has that military mentality. I know guys that was 20 years in, retired, and they ain't never did nothing. They stayed in one doggone place. Fort Lewis, somewhere like what's the one in Virginia? Fort Lee. That's like being at that's like going to regular work. Wow. But once you start talking about some like Kentucky, Fort Seal, it's some place right.
Fort Bragg.
Yeah, this is where you start seeing Fort Drum. This is where you start seeing the crazy guys.
Fort Drum. Yeah. You say Fort Drum, start shaking.
Yeah, Fort Bragg, Fort Drum, Fort Benning. That's what it's serious. Especially Bragg and Benning. It's serious there. Drum I've never been to, so I can't speak to it. But
I can't take cold weather.
Fort Drum is so cold, man. Let me tell you one thing, Tez. Let me tell you one thing you will find amazing, bro. At 6 o'clock, you will see the whole post running. That's a sight to see, bro. It's like a whole city full of people running. Everybody got their guide-ons, calling Catons and running all in the morning time. If you trying to get somewhere in the morning time, you might as well don't even get on post. I know at Fort Bennett, I know at Fort Bragg, Fort Stewart, you couldn't, if you are there after 6:30 and you trying to get somewhere, you ain't gonna get nowhere because everybody got the roads all, it's all locked up.
Fort Lewis is like that. Everybody runs in Lewis, and you can't drive.
Fort Carson too.
At them times.
Yeah. Oh, you say you can't drive.
Certain roads, certain areas, you can't drive because soldiers will be running between 6:30 and 6. Some people did PJ early, but usually 6:30 to 7:30, they're running.
Yeah.
And they're not gonna let you go drive down these roads. But as long as it'll take you but during them hours, you don't want to. You
get cussed out left and right.
But usually there's nobody trying to drive because that means you're either late for work.
Yeah.
Wait, they call in because PT started. That's people who lived off base. Or where are you going at 6:30 in the morning or 6:45? Where are you going?
Yeah, ain't nobody doing nothing during that time. It's an amazing thing to watch though, bro. It's definitely amazing to see that.
Man, I'm gonna say something. I was talking to my pops about this, and we was talking about Russia and how disciplined they are. And I don't know if this is true or not. At 16, every Russian boy has to enlist in the military. Is that true?
Well, they were up under a draft, so it's kind of like that. It was kind of like that in Germany too. I don't think in Germany you have to do that no more. But you have to. It's like our selective service.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right quick, JT. I was gonna ask, do you believe it would benefit every young man at 16 to join the military? At least 2 years. I would say 4, but at least 2. Do you think it would benefit in America?
No, not.
Whoa. I'm gonna say no.
Really?
I'm gonna say no.
Wow.
No, it can, because some people just ain't got it in them. They ain't got it in them. It wouldn't benefit. They'd just get in more trouble. It's easy to get in trouble when you're dealing with the military by it's not really in trouble, but when you just can't, get into the swing of things, man, they're going to give you hell all the way until you get up out of there. It's not a good thing. And I had to deal with a lot of cats trying to take their own life. Had to deal with a lot of these dudes out here, man. They got they already coming in with mental, health shit that's going wrong with them and stuff like that. I dealt with a lot of dudes that was from just from the streets, and they thought this was a good idea to come to the military. Like they was in gangs and stuff like that. It's not good at all because they bring that lifestyle into the military, and now they just got in more trouble because you got some places, like I said, Fort Stewart, Fort Hood, you got even at Fort Bragg, they had gangs and all that stuff, and Fort Hood still got a gang problem. They be having a great gang problem in Fort Hood, man, at least close to 30 years. So they just get in more and more trouble. So I think it should be more of a that they select to go in there. I don't think it's a good idea for somebody to throw them in there, because you got to remember this. You still have to, it's a responsibility. You got to be very responsible, man, when you start being in there and being in these units, because you can get yourself in a lot of trouble. You get yourself in a whole lot of trouble. I done seen it. I done seen so many court martials. I had to stand in about 3 or 4 court martials with soldiers I had. It's not a good thing at all, man. Not at all.
It can be a steroid. No, as far as making people go, for one, Americans aren't built for it. To the point where, if you look at your average, the problem with the military now, they didn't corrupt it. They then, let's say it, the competitive have been making uncompetitive. The people who run the world made people fat, lazy, and victims. That spilled over so bad that they can't even staff the military because too many 18 to 20-year-olds or whatever are fat, lazy victims. Entitled fat, lazy victims, and they can't do the job. They can't qualify to be able to build themselves to qualify to be in the military. Meaning it's not the 30 or 42 push-ups to pass the test. It's like 6. Just to say that I'm able to build myself up to do 40 push-ups. And this is 18, supposed to be the prime years of your fit life. That's what they made as far as your regular Americans. They're sensitive, and in the mindsets, they've been lied to. They told them that they were special and you're somebody and everybody gets to win. I've seen people in 98, in my time frame, go in the Army. Because I remember in basic, they're talking about, they think they're making a lot of money. They think they show up and wear a uniform and all these girls are going to come. Mm-hmm. Get to the base, blow their bonus money, get a car they can't afford with no car insurance, and they're the same loser they were in their hometown, just with a military uniform on. Chasing after girl off to the base, right outside the base, who got 3 boyfriends on the other side of the base. The worst thing is, my dad said it was the same thing word for word in the Navy when he was in the 70s. Dude meets the girl who's right outside the base. He's in love because she gives him some. She got 2 boyfriends on the other side of the base. The dude's Army go to the field for 30 days. The whole time he's in the field, she's driving his car, picking up a dude who lives on the other side of the base who ain't got no car.
Jeez.
This is a JT Mandrell can tell me the same story. I was only at one base for 2 years. This is the same story at Benning, Bragg, Drum, and overseas if they can speak the language.
It's
Marines, Army, Air Force, Coast Guard. Been that way since the 70s. Word for word. Yeah.
You got so many guys that thought that baby was theirs. Come to find out that baby ain't even theirs. Jeez. And the crazy part is she won't know who the baby daddy is because she done screwed so many guys. And you will see a lot of this when dudes go to, training, or if they get deployed, or you got to deal with a woman that took all their money and they left. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot that you gotta. Yeah, that's another part of the life, man, where you have to get somebody that really got your back. But most of these dudes, especially at 18, 19 years old, the first girl to give them some coochie, man, they marrying her. You see it a lot. You see it a lot. And not knowing that they just married the town hooker, you know?
But here's another thing. The chicks right outside the base know more about the military, the benefits, divorce. They know more about the rules than the dudes in the military. That's a fact.
Yeah.
The ones that go to the club. What? This is Fort Lewis. And the sad thing is, it's such a formula that everything I'm saying in my whole 2 years, 98 to 2000, non-wartime, prior to the 11th, is word for word the same thing JT will tell you at every base he's been. There'll be 18, 19-year-old girls, maybe 22 even with kids. Some of them look good, but some of them, the dudes got no standards in the military. They ain't got to look good.
For sure.
Go to the club on base, know where the dudes are. Catch it, a E2, E3, sucker. Give them some. She been married before, or she used to date a dude on the other side of the base and already sucked him out all his money. Repeat this cycle year after year. There's chicks that are 28, 30 years old that have done this 3 times with 3 different military.
Yeah.
They already know. Yeah. They go to the club, they meet up with other wives. Other military wives, they know when the 4-day weekend is, what club to go to, when the dudes get paid, how to say he been hitting on me, and call and lie to the police so they can kick him out the house. Next thing you know, Marquand is in the apartment wearing his FUBU jerseys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that's cold-blooded.
But
yes, sir.
In my unit, it used to be so bad. It was 3rd Brigade and North Fort Lewis. Mega units. And it was all real tight. One unit goes to the field, then another one comes out the field. They go to the club on base. This dude's in the club with this girl. They didn't know they came out the field on this time because they came back early. The girl didn't get the message. She in there with this dude, fight. 15 on 15 brawl over a chick.
Oh, no.
Oh, you would see a lot of that, especially Fort Lewis and places like that.
And you know who tells me the story? The dude in 1st Brigade who's still hitting it.
Yep.
That is crazy, bro.
But then he tells the story, oh, that's the one, the dude who used to be in Germany. Oh, yeah, he was hitting that 2 years ago. But he stopped messing with her because she's crazy. This is just what I'm telling you. I was 20 when I got out. I was 19. I turned 20 in July. I got out in October 2000. And I watched all this happen. What you think JT didn't say?
Oh man, I had to deal with the shit. I'm talking about, dude, I had to really like, I hated Sundays because I knew I wasn't going to be able to spend no time with my family because somebody in the barracks is going to start fighting or some crazy, man. I done had one dude try to OD and come to find out all he OD'd on was some damn vitamins. I was so mad at his ass. I was so damn, over a girl that screwed his friend. I was just like, oh my God. I'm like, man, I'm talking about this dude. He out here trying to act like he drowsy and stuff. The only thing was wrong with him was that his damn bowels was stopped up. That's all that was, man. I wanted to beat that boy down so bad. But it's a lot in that life that you know, it's like they can really make some, I'm talking about some real movies. You ain't got to deal with the whole thing about war and all that. Just the lifestyle of being in the military, man, it's some bizarre stories that I'm telling you, I ain't got a lot of time, but one day, man, when we chop it up, I'm telling you, bro, I got a lot of war stories on that.
Good night. Overnight conversation.
This what I want to do,
yeah.
Bro. I'm a holler at CJ, bro, and I'm gonna see if we can set up a panel of just military guys, and bro, we gonna chop it up because, like I said, bro, stuff like this is real interesting to me because, like I said, bro, I never joined, and I got a couple of homeboys that joined, and I watched how they went from, you know, being street guys to now they good family men, as far as I know. I don't know what they do, but you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it got to be something there that kind of, if your mindset already can be whipped into shape, it just help you get whipped a little quicker.
Yeah, it's and depending on, like I said, depending on what your occupation is, what unit you're around, right? something that if that's what that part of the military, when they are strictly military, man, it's just something, it changes your mindset. When you got people that actually want to be, you know, whether they're in the Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, if they're trying to make the best out of their life, you will see a transformation. I done seen I had a sergeant major, man. He used to be in the gang. He still had the tattoo to remind him on his neck of the gang. He was from California, Mexican guy, and he used to always, you know, tell that story just to motivate young dudes when they was just coming in. He was a sergeant major, and he was just like, he had the pictures. He used to show us his pictures when he was, you know, in that whole gang thing and stuff like that, man. So yeah, you get a chance to see a transformation in a lot of these dudes, especially when you got dudes that actually, there's a lot of dudes that actually like, you know, driving M1s and Bradleys. You know, a lot of dudes that like being in demolition. A lot of dudes that like being, you know, a grunt. There's a lot of dudes that like being that. You're gonna have to like the shit if you trying to be with like what Mandrell is. There's a part of you that has to like that, man. Being Green Beret, you know what I'm saying, Special Forces and stuff like that, man. You gotta like that. You're gonna have to like that shit. So that's one that part. I've been in multiple sides of the military. I done been in sides where it don't even feel like the military. You know, it just feel like you just go to work and then you off. But I've been in them other sides, man, where you don't even know, once they call an alert, you don't know if you coming back home or not. You know what I'm saying? You got to come with all your stuff, full battle rattle. You got to be there. You got 2 hours to make it to formation once you get that call. I could just imagine how it is then, because we didn't have cell phones back then. So I could just imagine now you got a cell phone. Ain't no excuse. There's no excuse when you not making formation. Not at all. That's crazy, man.
Hey,
but yeah.
Look, bro, I'm gonna put a pin in this one, but bro, I definitely want to start this conversation back up, because I think a lot of young men do need to hear these stories. Shit, I'm enjoying the stories myself, but like I said, man, I really do believe that what Mandrell said, and even what Scam said earlier, it's like, bro, we have been taken away from a lot of the, I don't even want to say animalistic, but primitive. Yes.
Yeah.
And I do believe every man gotta have some of that, bro. I do believe that it needs to be there. And if you one of these kids that don't know nothing but PlayStation and the only girlfriend you done had was on a VR game, that's gonna be a problem for you. That's JT, that's a whole nother beast, man. When me and World Class talked about this, 80% of men ain't having no intercourse. That's crazy to me, JT, because in the time that I grew up in, bro, if you wasn't getting none, folks were laughing at you. Nowadays, most of the class ain't doing nothing. So it's like, I don't know, man. It's getting rough out here for a lot of you young guys. So they need somewhere to go. So
I know. Yeah, this is a problem right here. I think it's gonna get even worse, bro, before people take it seriously, because that is, you got these young folks, man. They don't leave the house.
Facts.
They don't leave. I got a nephew right now, 16 years old, brand new car. His mama and them bought him on his 16th birthday. He don't care nothing about. I said, boy, if I had that car, I'd be up out of here. I'd be breaking all kind of curfews.
Man, you
know what I'm
saying? Me at the house.
You would never see me at the. He don't go nowhere. All he do is play that damn game, man. Yeah. I was like, wow.
And JT, what's crazy is like, bro, when I was younger, I was crazy on the game. But the minute I got a car and I had a girl that liked me a little bit, I'm gone. You gotta worry about
I'm
that.
I'm out. I'll take the game over her house if I
Fact.
Yes, sir.
Man, like I said, bro, I really do want to get more people on when it comes to that military conversation and the state of these young boys now, man, because honestly, bro, this part of the reason why me and CJ do what we do. Like, we gonna be talking in Sherwood Middle School this year, so it's for them, bro, because they don't. Like I say, I'm not trying to change this into a woman bashing conversation, but like I said, bro, I really believe when these single mothers start to take over these conversations, bro, I really believe that it kind of hurt y'all young boys. And I think we've seen that with our own eyes. That's why I encourage every father, bro, be there some type of way. Do what you can because you need it. And stories like this just push that narrative even more, bro. So
you said it right on point, man. A lot of dudes got to know that they are needed. They need it. You know what I'm saying? So when you talking about how do you change something, I think it is up to a lot of men to push forward. It is what it is. Because if not, bro, I'm telling you, we gonna have a problem. This problem about to be terrible, bro. It's something. It's gonna be something we ain't never seen, and I know we ain't never seen it. Whoever living right now, when you got a bunch of these, and it's boys. The girls are doing what they do. It's these boys. They not getting out. They not being social. They not. It's like, whoa. They just tapped out. They was. I don't even want to induct myself. So it's like, it was at a point where we was just like, hey man, you gotta watch out. We ain't gonna be able to have a conversation that you gotta watch out for these girls. Cause you like, dog, get like my mama told me, she looked at my nephew and she said, get in trouble. Breaking curfew. Do something.
Hey, JT, I got one quick story, bro. I got a young brother that I used to talk to his sister, but me and him still cool. Younger guy, he like 22 now. And man, he lived vicariously through the podcast. And I remember telling him one day, I was like, hey, bro, man, let's get out. Let's do something. He like, man, I really don't get out the house. I'm like, yeah, that's part of the problem. Like, you can't expect to interact with women or even have a group of brothers if all y'all doing is sitting at the house. It's like, bro, they be so scared of rejection and so scared, bro. The way I would talk, every no closer to getting you a yes. It make you appreciate that yes a whole lot more. I agree. JT, I don't get it, man. I really don't, bro. And it's like, what you guys saying? What's up?
Here's my question. If the dudes got their face in social media all day, and the men first are dooming and glooming, oh, look at these women's, the wigs, whoa, the women drop kicking a baby across the street. Then the women are saying, man, twerk that ass. And that's the only thing that they see because they took over the media with the junk. No one wants to put out anything about, hey, this is how you communicate with a woman. This is what relationships really are. The married people, a lot of them are saying, look, man, I don't even want to hear this. I'm going to get my wife in to hide in the basement because y'all out of control. But if that's what they keep saying, 400,000 subscribers is all the popularity, and they're feeding junk about the women. Beat up black woman. I hate them. What do you?
Yeah, I think you on to something.
Go to the mall and go talk to a woman, and indirectly,
I think you on to something. Scam.
People aren't listening.
I think you on to something when it comes down to that. The art, like it's the art of being able to, to talk to women. It's terrible when you see it now, man. That's why, I always ask when we start talking about this thing with relationships and stuff like that, it's like, who are we talking to, right? My whole thing is that it has to be the younger folks, man, because they're the ones that suffer. They're the ones that suffer, man, and it's crazy that they don't have a clear-cut message, and I'm talking about the young men.
I agree.
Once the young men get to a point where they can, and stop being so scared of goddamn women, I think the women will follow, bro. I think it will happen, but I ain't gonna even lie, man. I'm kind of like, that's why I have to start looking at what the younger generation is doing. You know what I'm saying? To see how they, it's like you have to study it now because the message has been skewed and it's been kind of like stepped on, kicked, and like even when you hear a lot of people talking about this, they don't talk about relationships. You either got people talking about already being married And then you got somebody that's, talking about being in a long-term relationship. And then the ones that is out here in the field, they talking shit about the women talking shit about the men, and it's like, damn, wait, what happened to the art of, of being able to get a woman to at least like you? And I think that's where the communication is going wrong, because now we got this thing called red pill, and we got all this crazy ass shit. And I was just like, no, I didn't have. I get it. I ain't never had a problem with talking to women, right? I guess it's because I wasn't afraid of being rejected. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't afraid of being rejected, but I've been rejected a lot of times, and I just kept, doing my thing. If she don't like me, she don't like me. I done had women that I dated, and they found out that they didn't want to date me, and we moved on, and I went and got somebody else, and you know what I'm saying? And then it's like, what are we talking about now? What are we talking about now? It's like everything is just in a big ass ball of confusion now. And imagine being 19 and listening to people talk about women and men now. They're not even talking about dating. They're not talking about, it's like, damn, you got some people it's old as shit. Their way of thinking is super old. And then you got another group of people that have no fucking idea on how to even talk to women. Then you got another group of people that's just talking about marriage, and it's like, we got to get to that part right there. Marriage right now, when you talk about that with men, I don't see a man that should be wanting to get married. Hearing all these damn horror stories,
JT,
you're like,
I've been saying it for months, and I got canceled. I've been saying it for months. Here's the deal, and I'd like to invite Tez over to the Scam Likely show one day, and some other people. I'll give you the dead truth. I personally don't want to have the conversations about relationship skills. I'm a single man, but the conversations are so bad that the conversation must be had, and the people said no. We're going to talk about that damn Keke Palmer dress, a woman drop kicking a baby out the window, or a dude robbing a liquor store, or a rapper that got stabbed. That's what they said. Modern women don't submit. Whoa, look at the women.
Somebody kicked the baby out the door?
No, but
I thought he was talking about a real story. I'm like, damn.
So you know what I'm saying? Tomorrow,
okay.
The thumbnail is a woman drop kicking a baby. Oh, look at these women. Baby mamas in wigs. Whoa, child support. Whoa, gloom. Where's the conversation of, hey, my name is Tony, I'm 26, and I got a woman over here. My mom and dad didn't have a good relationship. How do you sit down and put the woman on the couch and have a conversation? She's going through this. She's mad at me because I didn't call her. How do I have that conversation navigate? How do I listen? Women speak a different language than me. Who should talk, who should listen? When to talk, when to listen? How do you set expectations? What are soft skills? Do you talk to a woman like a man? I'm alpha. Make me a sandwich. I paid the bills. Is it okay for a man to grab that damn vacuum cleaner and vacuum the damn room his damn self? Is it okay? No, who's making this dumb shit up? These fictional alpha men to where the point, yeah, I opened the door for my woman yesterday. You're a simp. Women can. One day it's equality. You want to beat the shit out of women. One day it's women are equal, and you beat the shit out of her. The next day you're talking to her. Oh, well, I got 50 licks. It's junk. That's what it is. Where is the real conversation? I gotta host it on the Dust panel on my show just to get people to have a conversation. I don't even want to do it. That's the dead truth.
It'll get hijacked, no doubt.
And the thing is,
this gonna be closed panel. We're not doing it.
Okay.
Right.
I think everyone. I think Scam.
If I hear Russell Wilson, simp, the baby mamas, and it, you can't. I might even keep one chat.
I think the final nail in the coffin for Scam Likely was the final nail in the coffin for me as well. My first show on my channel, Bruh, we weren't even talking. Like somehow, some way, it maneuvered over into that. I don't like
really.
And look, I don't know how JT and Tez. I don't know why, but I'm like, how the hell did it move? How the hell did we get on this? I'm sitting on my own panel. I'm like, I don't want to have this conversation.
But Mandrill,
wait a minute, this is my channel. Look, I forgot where I was for.
Right.
Wait a minute, this is my channel. Wait, hold up.
But Mandrill, 70% of divorces were filed by women.
Okay.
That ain't got nothing to do with
what we're talking about.
I'm trying to tell you how to eat right, and we out here.
Like, it's the one that says, let's get started. Like, watch, me and Freeze was talking about spirituality, right? I opened the panel, and it eventually veered off into that. I'm like, huh? You know what I mean? But it's something that obviously affects us. You know what I mean? And the conversation about relationship skills needs to be had. Right. Because there's some validity to some of it. But I'm just saying, it's just what I said. There's some validity to some of it. It ain't a lot. For the most part, people, Scam is right. People don't want solutions. I think the smart people have figured that out. People don't want solutions. They want to come up here and complain. They don't want to actually fix the problem. They don't even want to talk about what the solution is, because you'll give them a solution. Well, what's the solution? I'm like, I just gave it to you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I just gave you the solution. Here's how you fix this problem. Yeah, but what's the solution? How many times do I have to say I gave you the solution? You know what I mean? I'm like, are you not listening? I think it's just, it's solutions that they don't want. They don't want those solutions. They want it to be something else. And I'm like, no, this is how you fix the problem. Mandrill, that would take effort on my part. Yes.
Mandrill, what do you expect if, let's just say, women are looking and this is the actual reflection of men? What do you expect a woman to act like?
Exactly. But then here's the thing: it's got so bad. It's got so bad, Scam, that women in real life don't recognize the real from the fake.
Facts.
So what are they? That's true too. So what are they supposed? So the thing is, so what are women supposed to do then?
No, I'm saying I get that part, because, like I said on said it last show, some women actually tried to go pick a decent dude, and it was a dude who looked just like me, looked just like Tez, and it was really Raw Dog Rodney. Mm-hmm. 3 times of that, they're gonna turn into Princella and the rest of the nation of Wigwam. That's how they got there. But what's the point if you got the dudes who are saying we leaders get on to argue with Princella, and all they doing is beating up on the black women?
There we go.
Black women ain't nothing because they black. They're like, oh shit. They pointing to the y'all ladies in the audience. This is what you're supposed to work with. This.
Scam. I don't want to cut you off right quick. I don't want to cut you off, but bro, I think with your show, you might be able to do something that, like, me and CJ get the chance to do a little bit over here, which is, like you said, you'll be able to kind of have a straight conversation without it being like a bunch of guys jumping up. And me and CJ, that's kind of why, like, we don't just have an open panel like that no more. We really ain't even been doing shows like that. But like you said, you get on some of these panels, bro, and you be like, why the fuck I'm up here? Like, I thought we were talking about way to make stuff better, and it always go back into that. It's always that. And it's like, that's why I like going on DL Saint. I enjoy his content because it's like he ain't even talking about that, and when he do, it's just, okay, this is my personal experience. You should do better.
Me and him argue all the time.
I know he tells me every time, bro.
When we draw the line and then we hit the club, I get on the floor, he having a drink, talking to somebody, and it's whatever.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it's supposed to go. I think man, we have to find a direction, because the way that it's being talked about now is just always going to be a miss. It's not even a hit and miss. It's just a miss.
Facts.
It's a miss. Yeah.
So
I just want the I don't care if it's my plan. I don't care. The conversation needs to be had. Relationship skills. What does the man do on Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday? How do you talk? How do you listen? What is the plan? What are the expectations? And let's be real. You're in Detroit, he's in Alabama, and you're in Memphis. I'm in near Tampa. There are apartment complexes with 30-year-old man and a 28-year-old woman and 2 kids. And they're going and living in an apartment with 1 or 2 bedrooms. The woman ain't leaving that man, and man ain't leaving that woman. They're not super alphas with 4 companies and working 18 hours a day. And he benches 800 pounds and he's 6'5". None of that. He's 5'10". She's her. He's at the post office. She works at a hotel. And they're making a marriage work because of relationship skills.
You mean to tell me he ain't making 6 figures?
Not the jump. But there's dudes right now making 6-7 figures, beating the woman over the head with the briefcase. I'm alpha. I got the money. I paid the bills. And she's like, look, right. I just want to talk. I'm alpha. Can you help me with the dishes? Alpha. Big Dick Tony's gonna bang that woman and they're gonna get divorced.
Yeah.
I just say this, bro. I think I agree with Dusto 100%, and I do want us to get a panel together of, you know, men that can talk about this stuff, because like I said, when we go to them school, me and CJ already got a plan. It already set. We gonna talk about friendship. We gonna talk about sex. We gonna talk about money. We gonna talk about how to talk to women, because to us, it's like, bro, I had to get forged in the fire when it came to women. They ain't even made it to the furnace yet. Like, they ain't even started walking toward that way. So it's like they so far behind. You almost feel sorry for them, but they don't know no better. So, hey man, we gonna all link up, and I think it'll be good for us to do a full panel about something like this. Cause if them young guys don't get it right, it's over.
Yeah, admit your losses. Yeah. Let's be real. Yeah. I got ragdolled by women before.
Who you telling?
Not money, but time and energy. I got ragdolled. I took L's.
And they don't know how to do that though, Scam. They don't know how to take
L's. I'm gonna get up there and tell you that I got 75 ladies lined up. No. Now I can go get one. I don't have a problem going and getting. But I'm just saying, like, I ain't the bottom 80 over here, you know, suffering.
Right.
I think being attractive to a woman is a great way to start, because there's a lot of guys that don't know what that really looked like. They don't know what it looked like to be just attractive to it. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of elements that come with that. And I don't think that you have enough young men that even care about that because of the narrative that's put out there, you know. And even like, I don't care nothing about, this the honest to God truth. I don't care nothing about no girl out there twerking and doing all that shit on IG and all that shit. I mean, she just showed that that's not where you go. That's not a big conversation. You see that right there? That ain't what you want, homie.
Facts.
You get these end results. Let's move on to another one. Let's move on to some real shit. What type of woman should we be actually looking for? What is it that we you know what I'm saying? And that's where we can go, because we all want a different type of woman. All of us want a different type of woman, man.
JT, here's the thing. You get Ricky Williams on these panels and tells them exactly that, answers that exact question every time. Yep. I watched him do it yesterday. A brilliant job, in fact. And the panel was crickets. No one said a word. It's like, okay, now watch how many of these guys go out and do the same dumb stuff they've been doing.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Again, they don't want to do it.
Mandrell, before it's what type of woman should I be going and talking to, is what type of man are you supposed to be?
Come on, Skate.
Right. How do you attract her? Right. How do you attract that woman? How do you attract the woman that you want? There you go. That's what it is. How do I build myself to be that guy?
Yeah, Bernard Riley's panel. Of course, I said y'all don't want to. There, you don't get the 6 words. Then it's slobber and drool monsters gonna get you. That's why J Speed goes in there and ruins their whole show.
He does.
J Speed go in there and throw shit all on the walls.
Bro, y'all think I'm a troll?
J Speed. Good Lord. Like, I didn't know J Speed. Look, hold on. I knew J Speed was a troll until I saw him go up on Bernard Riley's panel.
Man, and went in there and dislocated that whole show.
The whole look. And Tez, it's the equivalent of somebody. Remember that movie Head of State when Bernie Mac got off the train And he walked down the aisle smacking
people.
Yeah. That's what Jay Speed does when he goes on the panel. It's the equivalent of him walking down straight face. Ha! Hey man,
wait.
Hey,
hold on. What he do is
Mike's panel.
Hey Mandrell.
Like to do these panels.
Hey Mandrell. What he do is he go and unloosen all the lug nuts. When they ain't looking, he unloosen all the damn screws. And then as soon as they put him on, he just go in there and just do a dive right on that shit, so the whole damn vehicle just fall apart. You be like, damn. And he go in there and dismantle it.
It's just
all I say
how lost they are.
People need to have communication, their confidence, and be positive. My God, these dudes ain't smiled in 4 years. And they tried to troll me for that. About positivity.
Actually, man, it's not as hard as people make it out to be. It can't be that damn hard.
I say this JT, I say this all the time, and me and DL supposed to be doing a show about like how I got into the red pill, why I got and then why I got out. Because I think a lot of the time these guys be looking for something, and when they get in there, they just stay there. And I said this, like, bro, you got to get out of there. Because if you want to be a hood, you ain't going to make it listening to this stuff. If you want to be a decent man, you ain't going to make it listening to this stuff. So you got to be able to separate the BS from some of the stuff that makes sense. And World Class said it. We got everything that we need here in the circle that we got. Me, CJ, Mandrell, you, Scam, World Class, Sir Hell. It's somebody know about money, somebody know about tech, somebody know about working out. So it's like, why not create the group to be the real change for what we talking about? I believe we can do that. I really do.
Yeah, I do too. Hey, brothers, I got to get up out of here, man. I enjoy this conversation, man. Mandrell, you going on, what's their name show tonight? Illuminated?
Illuminated?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Him and Angry Snowman. That's the debut.
Okay. I might check it out. I don't know if I'm going to go up there or not.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely going because they got a lot of shit. It's not going to be like an open panel. They got a lot of information they about to go out. They about to take it to a whole different level.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely check it out though. Definitely. Yeah.
All right, brother. I'm gonna get with y'all, man. They're gonna be on something totally different.
Make sure you tune on Wednesday of Mandrell and Shushu. We got a good one for you coming up this week.
It's gonna be a jungle, bro.
It ain't gonna be a jungle. No, they're gonna prove our point. Watch how many people come up there and prove our point, Tiz.
Mandrell, the environment has changed.
There's
been a shift change.
Has it?
There's been a shift change.
Okay, we'll see.
You got Ekanes and some of them goof dudes.
Oh, man, yeah.
It's been a shift change.
We'll see. Yeah. And they're going to just come up and prove our point.
You got to have a long, positive monologue and hope that they tune off. Otherwise, the goof army is going to try to take it.
Yeah. Listen, man, because it's going to be a good one.
I'm telling you, 2023's goof dudes. I don't know if y'all was watching Trigger Mike earlier.
No,
but he's been on the other couple panels.
He steals our content. So no, I don't watch Trigger Mike. He steals our ideas.
Some mixed dude it's a mixed dude who won't cam up. All he does is get on. He moved to another country. He gets on to complain about y'all black people are victims because Mexicans took y'all over. He's so bad, Trigger Mike kicked him off unless
I would have too. I ain't got time for that, bro. I'll holler at you.
Yes, all right, brothers. Let me get up out of here, man. All right, I'll holler back at y'all.
All right, man. Take it easy.
All right. Yes, sir.
But if he's that bad, Trigger Mike kicked him off?
World Class says the dude is from Baltimore. That dude is target practice to me. I dusted him off so bad on somebody's show the other day. He had the nerve to talk about competition. Blah, 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 competition. Hey, bro, you competed with the Mexicans and you lost. You competed with the Americans and you lost. So you fled over to another country and you're dusting over there too. You smell it. Come on.
Hey man, look, I say this, y'all. I really do. When we can, all kind of get together and figure out these shows, because like World Class said it, man. We got everything that we need over here. It's just figuring out how to get it out. And Scam, like I said, bro, I know you troll a lot, and I know you get on a lot of these guys' nerves, bro. But it's a lot of truth to what you saying. It's just, I guess for me, I did learn something from the red pill space, but I had to get out of it. I couldn't be a husband being there. So yeah, we'll top it up. I got you, Scam.
Cool.
Yeah. So y'all, look, I'm gonna end the show. I just want to thank everybody for being here. Mandrea, you say you're gonna be on the show tonight or when? Y'all do Wednesday, though.
We do Wednesday nights, yeah.
Okay.
8:30 p.m. Central.
Okay. Y'all been having some pretty good content, man. You know, I disagree with a lot of what you say. She be all right.
How you disagree with me?
Cause it's you. I got to.
Yeah, I got to. You going the wrong way. You going the wrong way. Disagree with me.
Hey, one thing now you know I ain't watch your religion show. I couldn't do it.
I don't know why you didn't. It's fine. The thing is about people say all the time, like, you don't believe in God. I'm like, I do believe in God. I just don't believe in religion. I don't trust it. It's religion.
I get
it. That's it. I mean, I do. Well, why are you quoting scripture? I mean, because there's a lot of truth in that book. I'm just not religious. Well, the Bible's religious. No, it's not religious.
Next week's show on mine is about Bible thumpers and church bashers.
Ooh, I don't bash the church.
He really don't. Okay.
I don't bash the church. Look at his face. No.
Hey, when is your first show, Scam?
Yesterday.
Wait, you did the first show yesterday?
Yeah.
I'll go over there. I thought I was subscribed.
Yeah, it was I'm doing one tomorrow with CC. Tomorrow's topic is soft parenting or hard knocks. We beat the hell out of the kids all day. Beat the kids, or is it something else that you can possibly do that's more effective?
Great conversation.
I'm not a parent, but I got some parents that want to talk about it.
I could have been one of them.
Huh?
I could have been one of them.
One of the what?
Parents to come on there and talk about it. Got some strong opinions on it. No, you ain't got. No, don't change the show. Just
yeah, the show ain't set up. It's not fully set up yet.
Okay, but
hit me up.
I got you. All right, man. Like I say, I'm gonna try. Me and CJ gonna try our best to get out to see y'all guys, man, so we can actually lock in. What DL call his people? What, the New Templars or something like that?
Templars, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if we can do all that, but we'll figure out something. Okay. Freeze it live right now. So I don't know if y'all going over there. I'm about to eat, so I know I ain't going, but y'all have a good one, man. Thank y'all so much for being on the panel, bro. I appreciate chopping it up with y'all.
All right, no problem. Thanks for having me, man. I mean, I always like coming over here chopping up with you and CJ.
Yeah, bro.
I listen to CJ while I'm at the gym. I mean, freezing while I'm at the gym.
Yeah, this one of the only panel where it's like, mainly because it's mine, but where I feel like, okay, we can have conversations over here. Like, bro, I was one very quick situation. I went on a panel that I usually don't go on, and I was like, bro, this shit ain't for me.
Can you put it in the back? I'm just curious. But I might go over there and troll them next time. Do it.
I'm sure you done been over there. I'll tell you who it was. It was Aaron O before he started doing his solo show. I was like, why the fuck am I up here, bro? Like, this a waste of my time. And I said, his solo can be fine, but when it was just a bunch of panels, I was like, oh no. I think it was it wasn't Fight Club. It wasn't named Fight Club. It was long.
Back time was just Anton Daniels, the late night, whatever.
Yeah, he was starring that. But bro, it's some of this stuff is waste of time.
That's where I started. Was kind of over there.
Oh Lord, that's why you so good at trolling. I get it now. But
it wasn't that bad in 2021, and then gradually it became Fight Club. That's what it became.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we ain't trying to do that over here. We actually trying to have a conversation like to make men better, young men. And like I said, if we get the young men straight, I think the women will be fine too. We just gotta have the conversation. So there goes Scam. Y'all can subscribe over there. I'm gonna go subscribe for sure. And check out Mandrell and Shushu on the Black Man Unfiltered Network on Wednesday. And on that note, man, I'm gonna get out of here. It's your guy Ted, the 5 1/2 of the 5100 podcast. We out.